Please, I present the nomination form for the National Communications Director to Honorable Gordon Asare-Bediako. We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
So, please, I present the nomination form for the National Communications Director to Honorable Gordon Asare-Bediako. We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
So, please, I present the nomination form for the National Communications to Honorable Gordon Asare-Bediako. We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
So, please, I present the
last time I catch a shofo bi say mitiwe muhu me sana menena mo hosano mahunu Moses da mahunu Elijah da mahunu Enoch mahunu Noah mahunu Isaiah mahunu Jeremiah in fact mahunu di for Samuel da ebra na me hye baby a me bompa ya me twa nyame anim erade adom asankrofo nyina beyi omu ho adi kire me baako baako metimi a describe omu nyina kire se de omu tie mahu Elijah da men kan fa njamanu ni momo hallelujah last time I catch a shofo bi say mitiwe muhu me sana menena mo hosano mahunu Moses da mahunu Elijah da mahunu Enoch mahunu Noah mahunu Isaiah mahunu Jeremiah in fact mahunu di for Samuel da ebra na me hye baby a me bompa ya me twa nyame anim erade adom asankrofo nyina beyi omu ho adi kire me baako baako metimi a describe omu nyina kire se de omu tie mahu Elijah da men kan fa njamanu ni momo hallelujah last time I catch
me the minimum in America because my background and him you didn't come up about politics, you didn't come up about social affairs, you didn't come up about the in-depth knowledge I got no the moment can be a movie, but my engage in the bar him say or you in-depth na or party the papa I just say yeah me the minimum in America because my background and him you didn't come up about politics, you didn't come up about social affairs, you didn't come up about the in-depth knowledge I got no the moment can be a movie, but my engage in the bar him say or you in-depth na or party the papa I just say yeah
oh me bow wait there sir 22 billion losses here almost gold board aboki and then who bill ezika ben na yedi bedi bill oh we as said yet yes wo we of fonsa na wa hwe wonsa yes ya ye wono se tumi ba wonsem na se wo de tata obi a hweliye and this phone MPP 4 bokrono MPP 4 bokrono MPP 40 say MPP 40 say gold keka mun kotono gold mun koton gold on ko boka 22 billion cedis afi baako ya kan ya no mu fizo mu didi atemu a na ya bohu na mu di eti ebubom
We're the Bɛkyerɛ from Gordon Asare-Bediako. Now, and then date is 22nd, right? And Anna, 22nd August 2026. And to be honest, I feel quite with you. Hey, wow. And I'm a content temper. Me just a week, you know. A koye in Mao, Uncle Crumpona, Sani Viacity. Union de Beato Toto Santino, a koye Mawa de Namiasi, Uncle Manswa, Yana one swat de Namiasi. Now, if you are not one to business, any year. Why should you not take a crack and enemy bones and you're cutting it down crack? To the Bill cutting maybe down one. What you say, Yana, who is Quanos, come. Madame for be Nas Minidin Kumawan and now for be Bayaka. Nams be the mini price than Yakasao. no say dabi we mu say woni na anya aka obehawo otwe ko obeba this one ne yaka no cut relationship na me say we aso bia so ne dey but indeed woni nkofo bi so yaka no say na bra bolo sisi ne ekoto te pa nti no bia ne si ehu ne niema na Gideon Pacho ayira na wo gbo no bo papa ba ko de papa na wo so hu Moses eni Jeremiah eni Jesus Christ kwa na mi Jesus wo so hu Jesus Christ de but wo so hu Moses ni Pacho bo ma me so na me fa esate enkon me so pa bo ma me do hu Moses ni Jeremiah ni odifo iza enya sangeto bo ma me so Gideon twamitum
last asofo bi se mitiwe muhu me saa na menena mo saa no mahunu Moses da mahunu Elijah da mahunu Enoch mahunu Noah mahunu Isaiah mahunu Jeremiah in fact mahunu Difo Samuel da ebra na me hye baabi a me bompa ya me twa nyame anim Erade adom asankrofo nyina beyi omu ho adi kire me baako metimi a describe omu nyina kire se de omu tie mahunu Elijah da men kan fan jamanu ni momo hallelujah last time I catch asofo bi say mitiwe muhu me saa na menena mo saa no mahunu Moses da mahunu Elijah da mahunu Enoch mahunu Noah mahunu Isaiah mahunu Jeremiah in fact mahunu Difo Samuel da ebra na me hye baabi a me bompa ya me twa nyame anim Erade adom asankrofo nyina beyi omu ho adi kire me baako metimi a describe omu nyina kire se de omu tie mahu Elijah da men kan fan jamanu ni momo hallelujah last time I catch asofo bi say mitiwe muhu me saa na menena mo saa no mahunu Moses da mahunu Elijah da mahunu Enoch mahunu Noah mahunu Isaiah mahunu Jeremiah in fact mahunu Difo Samuel da.
All right, until now, the Bayane say, Yamompaye, Yamompaye, Nanya, Memoye. Now we me, now yes, you who, Woma, Bible Bobo Mudino, Elisha, Elijah, who no, Elisha, okay, Elijah now was who no, and now Moses is also Moses is womb. Come see this, and I was womb, come on. Se Bible ne seseja ye ne meya ko bitima ye senche ne ko po ache Jesus Christ nti ebia no nti ye mompaye na ko po mbi ni na ye hu a wo ma mu di o Bible no ba ko pe ko ba ye de be kwa ho pa o nti papa opanyi de utia yi wo hu mu nya na wo describe no kire ya ye ni mo mo enti mi confirm say wo mo na asenye wo okay dear gilo ba sisi ba kwa me misra sisi ba ku bi mame sisi ba ku mame hwe babu mpani fo no so wo mu da no sisi bi misra chamitum
last time I catch asofo bi say mitiwe muhu me saa na menena mo saa no mahunu Moses da mahunu Elijah da mahunu Enoch mahunu Noah mahunu Isaiah mahunu Jeremiah in fact mahunu Difo Samuel da ebra na me hye baabi a me bompa ya me twa nyame anim Erade adom asankrofo nyina beyi omu ho adi kire me baako metimi a describe omu nyina kire se de omu tie mahu Elijah da men kan fan jamanu ni momo hallelujah last time I catch
emu da ho kama emu da ho na me kwa de ka eyi Noah ne se ka waso hundu waso da awu se ka betime hundu wana na di nkomo pa nti emwa no ko fom ba ye no no mo se he se no mo disturb no wayinum na esure ti ye no ye yin nyina ye no mo ko he o maka ne ko he fa o weye ede ya miase se obi enti odasani ti ba confirm we nyina se ondo hu mu nyina eda anyway and Saturday anything goes and you know yan koso once again abusafo chema wuntumi ese wacha obi bia koso ebo mpai ma no wodamase na mpai no so eye adwuma enura se ye ko chema wuntumi ho no na chairman mesrebi obi bia obeka ni baabi se chema wuntumi yare ne ho dodo no eni ade ne die medie mi hu no me hu se ne ho dodo no wan ka so anche me se oyare tema wontumi ho ye ne ho ye pa ne ho ye is in high spirits say enchi Benjamin Adoma obebe fie na even so wo se ho kura mpo no we okay enu ene di nkomo bebre wo chew bibia enkomo mpadayi mpaya ye bu nyina wo tire woni video mu wo tire wonde wonka se wo hu wo tire woni video mu se nipa bom mpaya ma no wonka se wo hu Elijah wanka sa ene wo hu Enoch Enoch so wo hu no wow eti teba hu tibi se wo chia wo me fa se da kese ma wo bibia adwum hanfo mpanifo a obi akɔsra no workers na wo ha akɔsra no mo nya nkoye wo so bedum se me aduma next week obi aba akɔsra no mpanifo bebre na nse eba wo fo nipa bebre pese mo kɔsra de ka che mo se mo ntom ka se be ya ɛhɔ no ɛyɛ security ɛyi nti no ye nyina ntimi nkogu hɔ kɔ bɔ mpe so hɔ no tika kakra nyina be nya kwan akɔ nya nna kwakodi enkomo ye be chia prison fo nyina ye be chia prison officers ni nyina acha bibia na ye mo mpaye mum se unya abaya semoda ye mo mpaye obi bia bobɔ obeda aso bia obɔ mpaye first one ede yakopon ase se oma wo nkwa uwie ya no abɔ mpaye ba kwa asa ka wo se unya abaya sem especially under this CBN na asem kwa no but bompa se unya abaya sem because unya abaya sem no anyi obi a mo twitwa anye wa edo ni bi mu di nkomo ebi ma beda 10 years obi a mesra ne da ebi a beda prison 10 years 15 years obi a mesra ne da ni ba kwi ise na busafo refi no se we tiasi o so won tiasi o obi a nkosra no nti wo hye ho na before kwa benya kwa awura mu no security you be go through no kwa ne kwa che say what a comfortable place but ma hu be ho ye eti no say what chia obi a and e bedi ko bebre gold board e bedi gold board ho komo e ka me ne ora bu ko jo pon kroma e be kasa one rank member e wo is development and economic committee no Economy and Development Committee. One ranking member. Entire cabinet BD and Kobo. And a newly elected Ashanti Regional Communications Officer. Kesken also BD BD and Kobo. Na million penny for me so atenase. Na yedin Kobo no asheshe so. The gold board wo BD hon Kobo. 24-hour economy so BD hon Kobo. And then my air cost will legal in musi BD hon Kobo. And then of course MPP internal matters and arising. And Rami who said newly elected Ashanti Regional Chairman of MPP, Chairman Kuta, and also Wabankran, Abetsha Dr. Bamia, Asako, ya sworn in, party office. Somebody Kaya, a bride guidelines in the bar, you know, near Cassette. There's a vetting committee, and I say, is it one of the committees, election process, you know. Now, much almost Ashanti Regional Chairman, Oman Chudin, MPP for Adrian Mudo, what I say. Omajo Biedi answer almost say Ashanti Regional Chairman. So whoever is the Ashanti Regional Chairman will take that seat and play the role. Yari na nkofo na obi a cheba wuntumi ewo prison na MPP for mudin dia hye mu say committee no waka ho and obeda ba meet no you say Ashanti Regional Chairman. That time no somebody by na ka just a week ama ya wakoto aba no ewo ya kwakoto regional elections. Ya 2 years no the newly elected Ashanti Regional Chairman of the MPP. He's come to Accra, sworn in. You will be in the Juma as a committee member. That is MPP for you. You are doing a mudo. Mudo. You say Ashanti Regional Chairman. So whoever is the chairman, no, I be please rule. It's a custom. Anybody brings also aquafa or more nomination form or party headquarters. The BBN air cost a smooth papa. Tibemi saying. Yakofire dear, Gideon Pato. I think it's just about 30 seconds or so. Keep to be pen and best what the back. A brand nom farm forms no, me campaign manager, Ura set Dweji, and name pen for being a cofire. It was a honor, Ubuma. Now, what would their womb keep to be? Just about 30 seconds a pet. And now I'm a penny for Etime who say, we can't also say you made the echo so. Now, Enra, and you no if you that time me call some ha any but any it's me campaign manager and or hormona any.
I present the nomination form for the National Communications Director to Honorable Gordon Asare-Bediako. We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
So, please, I present the nomination form for the National Communications Director to Honorable Gordon Asare-Bediako. We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
So,
and a quena, a brother was a jeans. And one cherry, the agent caution and medanasi. In fact, no one can but no, or I was no change now or bed joining moving to know. Madam, I'm told say, well, ye, you or your officer say, I'm a salmon, a coincidence the greater Accra. It is the aquasol na. I never come and yet, Jehon say, and Revianon and if a lesser committee from Pennyphone started at the message as first say, uko ye file na say yakodi ewie no o wakọ fele forms we are now the call na wokọ ya omo ebusa date omo mpese enipa be akọ file nomination na ayeyi akọbọ apeso holum etomo hyehyɛ ade na ma say da be na peso de ba etomo hwe mo say the baby adwada ne de enipa be do so ti fakọ ebi ebnada anase bukrada. I'm so excited about that na omo ye no ma ya say the be ye ho be kama na bibia akoso etiname adoma ye be ehu adwuma afe yenko baso gido bo guzitano bo guzitano ade no mame 24-hour economy this one so make us say ba no problem now with the aye okay correct great enti no no it is aye ready obetim abo ya MDC for wo position omo dia dwaya sum 24-hour economy what can be BS 24-hour economy and omo de ba omo say 133 omo tiremu paso bugizita no ade the bomenti yenko
District assemblies, financed by the district assembly, pay for our market system, which has been funded to 262 district assemblies, financed by the district assembly funds, and implemented by the Ministry of Local Government and the district assemblies. Although they use a trade file logo, we have no jurisdictional control over the markets. We are not part of deciding where it goes, and so on and so forth. Eventually, if those markets are established and have the modern facilities that contribute to the supply chain efficiency we want to achieve, because if you have cold chain facilities, then your vegetables, your perishables, and so on have somewhere to be stored so that we don't lose or add to the 30 to 40% post-harvest losses that we have within the supply chain. So it's a good thing, but for the moment, we have no responsibility whatsoever. So if people sue 24-hour economy authority, we've been sued 4 or 5 times for something that we have no responsibility for. So our lawyer is moving a motion in November to get us to be removed from the defendant's list because we have no jurisdiction, we have no status in the matter. Right? So that problem is a problem that the Ministry of Local Government is having. Pay for our market system, which has been funded to 262 district assemblies, financed by the district assemblies.
24-hour economy authority. Wano ena oda ano. Repeat it. Yeah. Okay. Eti video we ura guzitano wano oda 24-hour economy authority no ano. Na 24-hour economy authority no ade omo ye se Ghana nyina pese mahama na nisu ade hunu no wase akwa akiri na se wodwan etimi po hunu mpaboa no very myopic enkwa akiri etimi nkwa ne mpaboa mpo sa vision ne mpaboa mpo hunu enso so etimi kwa akiri akodu azim sa di vision na wase 24-hour economy no wate hu djuma parliament MP for that discuss amomagia to say 24-hour economy authority nanya office keke authority e ka authority a na ho ade no so chair office e so chair department authority na 24 ade bia obeya fa 24 hour economy hu Ghana bia no omo le hweso eso mase eso mo sansen no mo hweso. That's the implementation agency of the 24 so-called 24-hour economy policy. 24-hour authority for implementing. Hey, after Guzita no kasa was say your sermon 24-hour economy market na person ma de dem wo dwele no ma dwa one do munim ho hwe wo wase munim ho hwe enfo mo ho o matete ba do munim mu sa no mo kwaje no ho munim mu ede ba no mo de be yo munim mu 24-hour market no se de ne be wo mu o mo do munim mu they have nothing to do with that so-called 24-hour economy market no wase wonim ade kro watete se wo ho eti wo sremo mu aye dwumo dan market aye buguo banks aye buguo enkofa asase mo gine by force na mu do mo court no wase wo sremo munyum di hwe mo nka ho omoto mo nka ho wase so fa nipa be 5 and the institutions be 5 and na su wo mo court na wakache lawyer se jamia do judge for eco break mo ba November lawyer no fa ko court ko mo se mo sre wo mo omunim ho hwit omunyum di film 24-hour economy authority running away from a so-called 24-hour economy market. What does it tell you? It's a sum. Sadia lo modi ato me say e din keke to say they may be using their logo. Was abutie ni ya. Was they are using their logo. Na so nche say omo ka ho, omo nka ho. So it's just a name keke. Now indeed it is just a name. Eja keke eja. Ya to eja na di media to so. What does Asare-Bediako? Does it mean say hu dwa na eyemia? Huh? Said your market there was 31st December Women's Movement market. Near wo. Does it mean so hu 31st December Women's Movement for? Just a market. Eja and the see ho. Structure the idea say eja ekodi mujuma. But entre say e ba be juma 24 hours. And indeed a video my Peter Bota say me hwe mi hu abrante bi ya juma ewo Jubilee House. As a friend Dr. Aye say Sami Aye I think. Na say we year wedding bi ma Chief Justice Ekobi no Chief Justice Papa. This will be the first time we have a Chief Justice who is a socialite. I think so. Hey, and what do you? Eti Dr. Sami Aye akana bonten na what ye omo the 24-hour economy na pempem no e the pempem na afed was hey Jamaica ne say 24-hour economy market no and kire say e ba be about 24 hours. Now, how do you take us? Mukasi here for. A channel a campaign it will show you now. A also actual God na Asare-Bediako na I said to say friend say asempa 80 into a campaign channel down. We are some of the best. You are the best. You said that catch so. Aha. It's added here. Dr. Aye say 24-hour economy no market no. A din that that's okay. A din that that's okay. And say a baby a juma 24 hours around the clock. See a catch them. And a dahono, and a dahono, Yanka see a besham is a bob holders and they come, and a dahono. Ye catch them say, and call for Mamu, they are very dishonest people. Very dishonest people. Very dishonest. Very dishonest and reckless, wicked people. Devilish. On be trying to the they don't care. I don't hear to me, dear. To me. It is our 24-hour market, you know. I feel the Omapa home to my. Omaka said, good when the President Mahama called Kika baby. Now, I could your call on said, I say for sure. I 24-hour market, you know. About 24 hours. And you know, and name a woman here. And name a woman, President Mahama, or born name a woman, a police station, a police station, a crash, a restaurant, a cold room, and a cold store. And a back was a depot. esa wo washroom ya ye maame nom no obetimi akodware ansa na wakofie na se de be udware na wakofie a osibo no ma obi bedwum ne so obedwum na okofie a oro no ho a nanu kro se asomasi esa wo ho bon enti president Muhammad ka we nyam na meka wo wakana sefusu enti no wo mo de washroom abem se be a udware wi a wakofie na honam ayehwam na when honam yehwam na it doesn't mean say dwan ba 24 hours honam yehwam a se wo cold store ewo marketer monko Madina market monko hwe cold store akese ewo ho monko ara monko hwe monko makola malata ya buda monko malata echi ya monko monko hwe pato mu da monko adabraka market na wo ho montonton adwene dry fish akese no opposite adabraka police station monko ara monko hwe monko kadesira monko hwe cold store akese wo monko hwe market amabo nyina ni nyina police station wo ho doesn't mean say 24 hours doesn't mean so majomo sa ega kra mebobo ensema o market can be after 24 hours ebacho give of fire to mame I think say me ma news card be me ni bi fatos na me read news card na about 24 hours no me read na me for na me enko next one so na asemba question ba na otwini babia leader of the mighty minority will be Osahin Alexander Kwamena Afenyo Markin baby one of baby and Yakupon Sano Yakupon Anthony Kwanem. Okay, it's really new. Was it we've been sued for? Oh no, we've been sued 4 or 5 times for something that we have no responsibility for. So our lawyer is moving a motion in November to get us to be removed from the defendants list because we have no jurisdiction. We have no status in the matter. Uraguzitano, when the presidential advisor on 24-hour economy, and is the head of the 24-hour economy authority in the next one. Presidential advisor on 24-hour economy Guzitano dismissed the secretary from ongoing 24-hour market constructions at the district level in the it's no news cards no and a dahormono. It's also minimum home. Now. Asembia ba enti wasiu bia ba honestly media man kara ka bebua e ka tinye bia mpo ni ho nanso enam tumidie eni pia gimmicks nti ya ma tinye abem asem ni nyina ne sen IMF fo ahwe Bank of Ghana full books mu and now IMF for the report abeto abontin say Gold Bank of Ghana for Edisika ama gold board for akoto gold akoton gold omato aton na mototon ye no omaboka na eka na omabo no se akokodru 1.7 billion dollars mpacho 1.7 billion dollars. Now $1.7 billion no. Bank of Ghana for this cano Emma gold board for Equator Sadia no. It is books and Canadian. Ushemua technically no. And I'm say Bank of Ghana for and this cano Emma gold board for Nintino. Says the cano ewo Bank of Ghana for books say or more na I make this a loss no. They will take responsibility for the loss. But who created the loss? Gold board. Bank of Ghana for the Disicano Emma gold board for Equator gold, Equaton gold. Gold board for Equator gold, Aton gold no. Omo buy ya, omo de ka and a buy. It's why I'm on the ball cano. A gold board and I'm a boy. How many this can come up gold board for now? A Bank of Ghana. It's we have to hold them responsible. However, yeah, pet dear boss I cannot dear or boss I can a action bay some action bay you may dear bay and a mass I can a buy. gold trading yento gold ento gold ena de sa kan ebaye kwamu le koto gold eto gold ema ekabaya gold board kwamu sika ena de ma gold board for nya de koto gold ekoton ya Bank of Ghana entino ye ka se gold board for ena ato gold aboka we are right. We are right. Meti say na say won dream multimedia for asoma me say me kodi djuma bi o baabi ya ma misika say me mfa nkoya ade me mfa fa so mra me ba ya makoboka enya me na maboka no maboka na mom no enam say won dream multimedia for this kind ma me ni ntino sika no eka no wo won dream multimedia for enkrata so because auditor ba aha no mu yi sika nde ma me eti si ekane die hafo na ewo mu books mu na emo hwana ball ka no eye god Asare-Bediako e disika ma me se me nkoto ade enkoto na me fafa so mra ediamia eti eye nwanwa se uka se gold ball for aboka omusi derby uka se gold ball for aboka omusi derby on the other side no wo wian so a wo say wokoton se ho se eka no wona enye ni sika no eye Bank of Ghana for the man no eti wono wo jiska no koto ekoton a onya faso kitwa bo baabi kitwa bi o because wo ji commission bi nkitikiti bi no wo de ahye no wo de good na yi mu se pa no de ba good books mu se wonya sika pudu wonya faso mewa enfaso na wonya no eka so baabi ada na wo se enfaso de ya wo dia na eka de nya wo dia eye bit technical. Auditors, no, the accountants, they have a way of treating the accounting of it. They have a way. But Ushomwa, a gold board for a cotton, Freddy say, a cotton gold, a ton gold, and a moboka, sanity. Now, and red chairs a middle fee a press conference, no. What did you say a cab? Now, made the issue no pan say a gold board phone, say a Bank of Ghana phone, say a Minerals Commission, say a Securities and Exchange Commission, say a info, say a info. Ghana for Aboka, yeah, the case say Aboka, ya told gold, Aboka, $1.7 billion. That is not in dispute. That is not in dispute. And you know what 7 years can say, ya talk, I got and this are buying at gold, Aboka. That's what we are talking about. Now, very interesting. There is a fake one, the NDC for BT Bonkosu for B say, I can't buy no a policy, see a policy no, and a mayor Bokano, na Dr. Baumia, and a this our policy no buy, and Untino, and the side the Canada Bandia, and Dr. Bauman and Member Bocano. Now, Miss Osa, Udayashi. Assume you see a Untino and a Yabokanoa. What about say Ghana economy na ye Kenya is about gold no sustain Ghana. It's Dr. Bamia no a visionary. It's Dr. Bamia and say economy no stabilize because the stability of the economy the omuni bibia omo bi papa bia mayu adia stabilize the economy na any gold purchase program ye. Kwana de buy Dr. Bamia. It is a said that Makobokano must say any Dr. Bamia the policy no so sa losses no inherent in the policy formulation and you know we are moving but and people for the buy ye na be 4 years 2 years before I move position no ye boka 400 million na eka wom ye dey say obi aso gitum say ye the policy the buy na eka wom but that is how it is wo start bibia sa na obenya eka kakra but wo ko wanim no na wo sua ade wom na wo tighten baby loopholes no wo say the be ya sa eka na wo start unya no initial stages na be kofom but we dem buy ya what eka na ye bought first one there for $1 million no we say mo dia jump ko 1.7 billion and he says ye me nka ho asemana Yokaya na sabi je fie di leader of the minority atem we di obi atem and conform kasa if I even people be go pay din zero show come Facebook pay omo journal Facebook because on be kasa be je fie say na dey na ni la te van der point na me kasa na wo akukudro ni la te van der point be patch o ma sabi je fie which for me it was right was a Sami a communication person expert into no seriously can answer no say ko ye call the one can say into no patch on behalf of Sami Jefi. Na said the NDC fosia super the Latin Vanderpoint Areho. In fact, no can say ni Latin Vanderpoint no pro positions or be na such of NDC. But and now so can Sami Jefi 71 wunya. Hey, the fear of Sami Jefi is the beginning of your success or failure in the NDC. Hey, are you wrong? Ni Latin Vanderpoint party ko can Sami Jefi asema or afosa or back abe patch or so sremo mo fight. Oh goodness. Hey, Sikaye. Gold board. Gold. Kama. Mamena minority for us once again. They say, "Sa me buy you know." Osha utie commentary minority leader ama after see the dinner table. Kojo ponkroma eno ma kenyina no. Obie no ma wako on the offensive. Obia so who hold public office in kwa dia. Was so prepared. They say be accountable for your stewardship. Now the most say almost every motion of parliament say yemfa gold board assembly parliament no most relevant questions need to elicit the relevant answers yeni here you know ewo holomo enti yalusi ebedi eho enkobo and of course MPP internal matters and rising then na wotwe na imina mkumase yakoye ne menina akohwehwe di kusie no and akwakusie no mpenfo say the 16 regional chairman na if you have the full complement the aka they say yibenya national elections ebeto abanu nyame aduma 3rd October ewukumase ye no pe en aka etino emode mame encha mame nua akwaba Peter that is saying
boko
ohuye
ahoden wo pa chiao atiatiefo tiahwefo nyoma bebre sisi na atiri na yebedi hu nkomo na masende a statement bi Mr. Farmer unipa no fan to yiniso
about them
efa chairman Adamus
okay
enra Adamus omo mineral resources mining company
they almost omaje omade no
almost omaje because almost breachy an act of parliament
omo breachy first minerals and mining act no okay
na enra presidency say omo man reprieve
yes I think Mr. Probably downloading me that is waka not the Felix page
yes
again the pastor me that so ma send am
momo na almost kind na etiefo anhwe o ka ya kwame
yes
me bahaba ya argument be say o share in history obi bia yedna koto efiase obi a sabi enam ne ye ne nadwuma ye bi so ne nyoma kakra wa ye no ama o mine ahriska at least me limit me who to the Fourth Republic na me Bɛkyerɛ say o hwɛ the Fourth Republic oma koda ifia de Victor Solomon there was a financial loss sika o mine hriska Kwame Pepra Ibrahim Adam George Sipayanki Nana Bodakpe Tatuti Kata omo nyina no o mine hriska Ushe under President Akufo-Addo Eugene Bafuboni, Tevie, Alhaji Salifu, Mimina,
and national security for NMC for no NCA, National Communication Authority for us.
Omunina no so see Omani Hre Sika. So apart from that, in recent times, Oma Omude Omo Ekojina court ani di Omasama the Noli Prosequa Attorney General Ibaya wabegya omu nyina no wohwe Unibank case ya Dr. Dufo Omani Hre 663.3 million Ghana cedis wohwe Sagleme housing project ya calling down the case no $200 million
yes
and Omana Hre wohwe Ernest Thompson sa Senate ne OBS case na Omani Hre $14.8 million na wa down for said na there
Mr. Madam for no madam
finance minister atufos in case no ambulance case no Omani Hre 2.37 million euros
yes
Opuni Omani Hre 217 million Ghana cedis and so and this buy omabejai omunyina but wo cases na e court na ni nyina ye cases na o minor hwe sika na o minor e hwe ni sika aji back.
Yeah.
What you say? We have a banking sector clean up exercise here by Asian. Atwesian ekoda fiase ya. Eno so no man riska. Omo no kwado so obetua back in the process and went to mentua ni nyina odekokofim. But enko ba say obi a breach an act. Ebi act no kra sa chese so obi breach an act. Ekwan a wo se e fa so ema nipa na yede. Ema no e correct those acts no. And me be yes argument na chi no me sande the even the charge sheet omo de charge chema won to me. Yes. E be ha say who can charge sheet ni nyina when cheche mo omo de about charge sheet na nowhere. That is say chema won to me akoye galamsey. Yes. Inti at best chese bia we breach an act. So we breach an act sir. Act na so kire kwan ayemfa ne mfa so. What I say? The reclamation near now say yeah, at least it be a fine. But and this is why your imagine say when be befa so a omo befa so e de chama hutuma kotum no. Omo befa no omo de napa kotum. Yes. Na me say be chess say be a exam case no. And as omo so akwa kokoro rules bi akwaji sika bi. Na why waje o man sika ma man na hwiri sika bi. E na wo se o chama hutuma dia waye di o man na hwiri sika nti. Ye fa no ko jina asem dibia na ye fa no kokotuma na so wajeli na na kotum mpo a nka mini issue bia wo bido fato so falete no to so say company fantastic presidency eno no mo issue ye okay eti miridi ohun okay ma miridi we say Adamus Resources Limited gets reprieve from government. Now we share Felix Kwachufo a Facebook page. Now the hal auditor say Adamus gets reprieve. Hey, nana die obi breach an act ayamano reprieve. Etino ewohenfa. Okay. Oh, I don't know but you see me call early Obuasi St. Joseph. Mamu call Montessori. Reprieve no. Reprieve no. Mami kan yin okay. Just say watch out. Oh dear. Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Minerals Commission, Adamus Resources Limited have been asked by government to present a 12-month roadmap for turning the mine around. The roadmap will include a 6-member management team formed between Adamus and government to supervise the turnaround of the mine. The membership of the committee will include 3 members from the Adamus side and 3 members from the government side. The agreement followed a meeting at the presidency aimed at resolving the dispute between the two parties to salvage what is one of a few operating indigenous large-scale mines. The roadmap will include a plan for settling liabilities by Adamus Ghana Revenue Authority, Minerals Income Investment Fund, financial institutions, and suppliers. The road breaching an act or the GRICA at the Minerals Income Investment Fund for and the financial institutions and the suppliers. And equipment yes. Apart from so breaching an act, no, or sir, I'm a minor at risk. Yes. There was the roadmap will also include exploring means to inject fresh capital by inviting additional partners to take up equity in the mine operation. The two sides are expected to present the roadmap to the presidency in 2 weeks. Felix Kwachufo, MP, spokesperson to the president, Minister, Government Communications, and a hormone. Fantastic. Okay. Inti say obi breach an act. Na say ono act now where you say or the nasase legitimate concession akoma obi amobi akoya adwuma wo so eno kra no another dispute yen settle say deed of assignment whether say or the man no one farm no do no mukos any another issue. But the point is that most say tama won to me the legitimate concession akoma obi ma obi akoya adwuma wo so. Yes. Na e breach the act wabra nipa no de command no also on reclamation na one kwan reclamation do on them 20 years fine na ono a anka ubetimi a fine no ama wetima kwakoya the reclamation go legitimate concession. Yes. One penny na another one ono so abreach that same minerals act here de chama won timi akota yin mu no ono de nyese bia wo breachi the act no mpo keke
dabi
about the reclamation
almost Oma Ghana lose 205 million Ghana cedis
fantastic
me eno na wo hen
na o ma chechem Oma no GRA Someone do not the GRA ka.
There be over 10 years so. Why?
And Oma church them say cow the GRA ne mef ne ade a ontua ni nyina no. Ono de and am say okura edin fufuro nti. Ana ebi a owo some association bi emu ana say oben obi nti. Mama no. Ana
what the political acceleration bi nti.
Now you're sure so we need political.
There be so MPP there
oh yes. Oh yes. My friend Matu Kola. I friend Matu.
Like this MPP there
and then hey, and one more GRA
about 5.
And on
say I can boost for your mood on the
20. Kobunya be 40.
I would say come on better chemo. Yes, I'm a quasi financial loss to the state.
Yes.
What I see, you have 205 million. And now legal mind and almost more evidence. China for Bɛkyerɛ.
Yes.
Ombedia no swati. At court 1, court 2, court 3, court 4, court 5. Didn't you know?
Yes.
No matter a commercial court or so. It could be state courts. Why this in here?
Oh yeah, MP near.
No, so it's MP near.
Yes.
And the list.
Now. And yet selective justice.
Selective justice, of course.
And I know make a argument we may unia chance maka to another program so. On what was hit go face.
Command for the idea.
Also, sir.
Yes.
But you almost na you are inviting to even Yoko and see idea 9 post.
The Peter can say Mines and Mineral Act.
Yes.
So will be breachier.
Your
client the first.
Yes.
And the building back on court.
Yes.
Now, your British Act, dear. You entire funny pan to more, my gun. Now, politicians say, well, my gun made on my tumuni. Who come when you ask me now will be a day sika. Or manage sika.
Yes.
If that say one or manage this would deal or a sika, and now could did will be in the sika be right, Nina or Bobodini be bree. Tell I want to meet pet. And he did breach of an act of parliament. And he didn't say one would be acquire a Juma one assassin. Then back on acquire Galamsey.
There was a similar one.
I want assassin.
Chinese people acquire Galamsey one.
Oh, the time I want to be the end year, quarter than the budget, yet now got 20 years. Now, Adamus would ye. Meaning, I will read the affairs report now, more challenging now. Almost say. O mama enko for China for mo evidence say obako fa China for aba amomo aye galamse ba ko poro mo say asase no lease no baby o ma asase ne hye no wo no o ma say awiem ata o mo hye no akodidi nkofo asase so ni nyina wo report no o ma say tax yes o mutua emagiari ene mif ene ayina no ni nyina o ma antua mo ma na boka more than 200 million Ghana cedis Adamus
unless say minister no be trying to throw when or issue statement by a press release say I dey say na and
omo kan no charge omo da bomb no
yes
it omo so mo jomo list ni efre mo sem eni ye busa say na say ye no timi de giri ba ko list free ni nsem de a ada na chema won to the man ga say na mo say ye gi list free ni nsem na mo de court e de court 20 years
yes
asuma ye kan no afei nipa mo se mo je mo list free mo sem na enra mo de ba ye say Adamus gets reprieve ni say why ye bone Nike ye ko punish you oh waje atu wala say hu say why ye bone ni ye ko punish you ka say oh he say we put the amount reprieve ni say it no temporary you know
ya punish you
ya punish you ya mo case ni 6 no na emu no wo de fa ya bra school ntem wo ba na akwacha headmaster no no ntini say we dey for one term I be jaw no no it no ya man reprieve but Chema want to meet that he doesn't deserve reprieve because wonye Ghana ni because wono dey want to attack that because we MPP ni intra because he's a threat to the NDC. And what's on Peter Ekana no pay.
Yeah.
Adamus gets reprieve. Chema want to me get in Sabon.
Ono dey.
Adamus gets reprieve. Chema want to me get Adamus gets reprieve for worse offenses committed. But Chema want to me who commits a lesser offense gets in Sawum.
Oh, Kwame Beku Nipo. Asem serious part now. Eh, who?
Sema to say Muba. And like Nyamba Nesike.
One pampa is true. Oh, you're back with you see, nobody is against Angelina List and Adam Sebia. Omobemano, sa reprieve. In fact, and your omunkwa and I mining a month for a few concessions. And your omunkwa. Oh, there be. In fact, now Obibia or ye large scale mining. No. I'm a large scale every Anglo Gold Ashanti go for example. Concession be one more deal or my jaho. Yes, be on my jaho, I mujaho for Santa. I'm a see a tree. Acquire a dig and wash. Hey, acquired this one of Frampa. Tell me, I don't know, dig and wash. Acquire Galamsey expert. Hey, oh, the war expertise, a war more. And then dig and wash. Hey, sir, you come on, Brad. Anybody, someone now, oh, so the more, Jeffrey, you are reaching the conversation. Eh? Yanko. Na enti ayareho but emre na Bɛkyerɛ ene chema wontumi ochina bi na mbeka ase ochina bit makoye President Muhammad nua ya sa stations bi ebe peke ede ko 1990 baby ekoye nioma bebre se meme se ekobase amanse sa Ibrahim Mahama nso wan ria ne ho Bɛkyerɛ no.
Almost Friday.
Make me argument and me say we should be careful because if we are not careful, obi be our mining be an abansi sana say ohun nya me fa na o mpe wasema obetima concession so akwese obi abesi akire I see that same process amasa nipa no ho akire no na me ka say wo hwe even grandpa Ibrahim Mama so he is into mining or concessions
yes
nti ne obi ko si ni concession achi no ko ye adwuma bi a ese so oye na ye ko kye say enfane nko tu sawoma ade papa.
And almost one
stations be some panom near almost picky wa no mutwae
and aquaten and yes that's how I can't point and but me kwa man so na me ne of Asia you be member of parliament and now a ranking member economy and development committee of parliament mameli nkudi enkobo abuko job good morning
morning god dey say
anyama do boko na ba so say
nyame adom ho ye
ye de nyame ase na mpa cho confirm mame judge na wotena asam so enura no ye friend saying
my lord Scott Paman not transfer acting as a sole judge for the Supreme Court.
Gabriel Scott Paman former PNC for secretary you one
never join.
Okay me dase pa na radio straight away yanko sa enkomodo mu ankasa mpa cho e de bad na mode court ya enura Supreme Court edi ruling ba ye no na e de bad na de court no.
Okay ma me fa won Ghana constitution ni mo Ghana nyina ye mra hodo wo ha no mra di kan mra ni na ne fapem eno ne ye mra kunia fa ni constitution no e ma ye nyina fa hodo ahodo fa hodo ni bi ko article 17:1 ne 17:2 or say eba no mra asemua eni se mra yiditi God no different from mra yiditi dewuro. There should be equality before the law. Inkofo mi no ana me nsa na nan enya asem na ye de omugina mra ni ma o se mra kro na na yididi obia na se ntemudu wani to for mo a Ghana ha no ye will be a friend of legal vacation afie bia do August September Superior Court no judges no co leave na lawyers that practice the Superior Court no mono almost ajo ma home kaka enti do legal vacation na asembia ewo Superior Court no mono suspended October no ye be the friend term time na near fiase enti so bi wa tem na ewo Superior Court ni mo a August, September, you change some sign. No October, you change. But you would be a friend of vacation judges. We appoint to them say judges need not leave. You just can't be with trace or more trace. during the vacation, no say, assembly by here, your fellow interlocutory injunction, and I say, sorry, interlocutory application. Yeah, so say, be granted injunction, the answer, sexual, be an idea, or more behena, or more a handle assembly. And the mom will be vacation judge, I can say, unconducted full trial, only for interlocutory matters. And I'm saying, who do I need to for more? People, MP4, you do a Marco General Court be for summer who do be no. Chief Justice have my warrant to say, vacation, the Mundian cause a new master. You know, na, me share Madam call Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, every Article 17, 1 and 2, no. Now, all countries should be say, if Justice warrant now, the AMA judges be say, vacation, no more, or full trial, no. It's here, Article 17, 1 and 2 of the Constitution. If you know you are somewhat that have been Supreme Court, the Bible appointed judges no more can't no. Now, whilst Supreme Court, they can't no. Judges no so you are really on better to why your more you know as you are. So, I'm going to na say concrete the far who deal with problem one. Which is saying, you know, and no, I'm the injunction, if I not answer the injunction application about Supreme Court say. Supreme Court ain't issue injunction and must judges and say, answer Supreme Court back answer, no one say answer. Supreme Court can't say we are now almost the Supreme Court back no. In idea, Juma. Karen no, I quote ye ruling on the injunction application. There are Scott Mamang say, on him in Yadring, our injunction application. It's answer on only to say, mono, ye meet threshold for injuncting the court. In the court, maybe to me to us, I or Majuma, our Brafina Supreme Court, Eba Beka, Asabanankata. And then we see it. The Supreme Court will fix a date for Asabanankata. Normally decided judges are better at 7 and Casa. So, the only determine your injunction application. No?
Oh, your injunction application, the substantive matter, the Omunian Tenaso. Now, the Baron Betnaso.
My date, my judges.
Now, I'm consulted on necessary delay.
At the end of the day, there is a judges in some into my date, court register and my date. Na Chief Justice I am panel. Na ometi challenge of the Chief Justice's warrant in the substantive matter.
Wow. Okay, Mate. Anthony, so what the date in the buy and we say the substantive matter. But
exactly to avoid delay, Nanunti and a say 1, Ombe fixed date for Sassamano and then 2, Ombe injunctive High Court judges, let's say. Munche na yanka tiro Supreme Court area there more no somebody to also somebody jayo because one my in this Supreme Court assemble and one assemble po masibre now jai court no so what and say omo nko so nya dia omo ye na then the one Supreme Court no na say be o man ko fu me say omo fa woni munye fo. That's what's happening now.
Yeah, now omo taka say injunction application is as good as injunction itself, especially whereby we put a medical Supreme Court no. And the ABS court na ankasa on its own no, as a community jai. And
in fact, court, High Court for the Oma jai. So here last week, High Court ni na jai say assemble Supreme Court in some of the Omsaka and Yi. Now say High Court judges for no crown post be. And decided said there be assemble a Supreme Court a young can we here. Yen training Supreme Court. Now about what Supreme Court say into Usu Sisu Diasa or Munchina who can't tell me we are or Matuaswa. Maybe I don't come to Susan and can acquire so Mr. Obekas Ampa. Munya, your crample Jabenes, Quebec, we carry a number of Gambe. But on no 50 bits for 7 and Kata. Or no injunction application now, the Jose Oma High Court came on Canton million. Also a burden, the High Court no cost in Yajumano, was on one Kata and Camp 7. I want to say,
na enra me who say Dr. Justice Shamusai, Deputy AG. No, so can see BS was say one man because 1 week now, 1 year who delay case, and the Supreme Court for also say almost was Supreme Court for Cassibiti out, and I was saying yes, I did. Then that's a better no.
Oh, no, say, I say, also many application, no, a delay or a trial by 1 week. That the application was mounted on deliberate falsehood. You know, these are the company judge the case was mounted on deliberate falsehood. That. Okay. Ruling now. That. Who more than judge? I'm sorry, who put in the application, no? But we are now in the nominal judge in the case said there be. As someone made the about court, and you know, who ya no. After they are made to buy one just there. Into the memo cannot judge the side trail with the memo cannot. A constitutional challenge against Article 17, 1 and 2. In this focus, you will honor responding. Me kura me ma abontin beka say wo kura mpa asem no se be wan ti ase wo na ba bi jina abontin etu futogun konfo ani say ye delay child bear 1 week na important we accept
Mame Sanfre back. Yes, I want a 1 or 2 be. Mame Sanfre back. I was a for all because of Ponkroma and I'm in a Casana, Yahumano. I yes, stuck it to be empty for no as I come home beam and Tino. As I to my batch or a befrena, and then Atwa and Cobono City, a city no. Peter, I was saying when I hear your opinion, you opinion, so I would my hammer so about the kind said, Jacka, it be traditional. Or 1 or 2 bintino. It be traditional. But he's in the house. We 1 or 2 bintin. I can be introduced na yedi enkobo. Every time I mention I try to be saying me Rokozo Ponko be ma na ene ento enkobo. Onkobo bebre edi e wo ho no ewia. Honorable Pacho what me ka ye betima akọ. Pacho what me ka?
You out propaganda na ya kan sem ukaya abi ye ko to abi omze yi have to Dr. Baumiadia Japandi one says as a man no correct no man can who they are to go for trim nom de now but yes no ye nyan to was ebe omuko ditra first na na bia obi ka someone no cry wa who's as mo no kwenti bia o ka say we entro me ha me hono say adwuma no ye jai bibia beba o tanya no kra bia no ye be correct record no mo bia o say de omuka no kra
honorable me that say asem e free ho na aba me dase pa because me de man ye me hu pa ne say nipa da saniti me ka se Dr. Baumia kramoni papa bi every preku abo whiskey na obi o Ghana ni a wono frem so we nipa timi gididi honorable se ase me beka bi a
won say ye na ya na ye gidi say obi a access to information and obi a so ye rational inti obi ditro nipa no otie tro na obi say enye no kre. But NDC for no musuba ni say yenye no kra no obe kan force they are so na obi asebe oni sa information ni bi no wakwa akoye den wate na wati edi ye boy hu modern free SHS ni ade so nipa he na akọ school nipa he na betumi afa court ruling no akenkan nipa he na sebe obetumi aka so ko internet so akọ search kakra nti omunim sa ni nti no matwatro atonkofo etrim eka be ya ye kan ya mako diju aboka 22 billion Ghana cedis the whole Ghana fit independence ye more kasada on any transaction 22 billion Ghana cedis and okra ye kan o ma yirom who detro in a different way no manya aboafo e be a journalist e be a civil society for eboa some too futrongun kofweni. Inti problem na ye wone de eso papa. Udo bi ya de na so se on kan okra edi.
But straight away you need sa enkomo no good board no ye ni eho enkomo aden na etinye abasa asem no mpacho ye ni enkomo no adintra.
But etinye na aba ho na no ne asem American because NDC ogidi say asem na enye no kra no kaka obetumi aka ma na to nkofo trim. Eno na ama etinye aba ho. Enka etinye ni babia Maminkai was for no TF4 kakra. April 2025. Abayne by 4 months. Or then a budget by parliament. Making time muna okaya dom kumano. Budget debate ni catch room say Yehudi amoye. Economy ni bibia nsesa bibia so nsesa. The amoye ni say you about me domestic gold purchase program no the buy no. Reserves na AUD no eno na mo yi na mo pompi go market no so ti mo ya artificial supply of dollar ama na create impression say economy na yi artificial supply of dollar no ya dollar be ba form nti eno na mo ye na mo de no ada Ghana for say economy na yi nti say obi kofa adefi abrochire ba na nebo aba form nti nipa no o mi adwuma wa ha o ka kokra na ma fi abrochire ba because mo pompi dollars egu market no so. Na dollars na mo pompe no yen yedi domestic gold purchase program ne ba yen nim ne na nso kakra wo ho ade amoye no mu wi amobeboka typical with NDC o mu di atemi di tro o se enye no kre de aye kan enye no kre governor na be ka se enye no kre president na ka se be ka se enye no kre bi attempt se enye no kre every month bi anaye update Ghana for on the interventions are no moye ti dru ba bi no se we ti for no afẹ for be kaya IMF for Edma Omasote say ampa the minority for Kanye no kwe who say more pompe. Into mufa framework emra guidelines for pumping no. Omo the guidelines no ebeba no. Omo suspended pumping until the dollar ne sign bioma could do be 12. And on a central for call Jubilee House omo bisa president as a dollar de bioma fi president jitu say the Bank of Ghana was intervening. The bro for no by pumping na no mo suspend and then $1 na san ejiegu no mo the framework e bound the bar e bijai and pom the framework ne bar and say so mo pompe a go see me bi so mo catch our hin no ma pompe. By the time we finished the year no ma pompe $10 billion $10 billion onto the market. Now omo pompe $10 billion onto the market no. Insurance one say maybe omuyi cities nifi no mo de akoto gold no e de abenya dollar na be pompe no tokuro e da ho nti at the end of the year no by September no IMF ka tell me say tokuro na be da ho ne $214 million e wo Bank of Ghana nti be ka me san be ye central for nchiemu e mama so say ade na mo ye ne ye ka mo ntie me say mo ka $214 million Mumma yensin kunya ni investigate ni yunhu bi atoko na bedane so anu ni manim ya eno so me kan o mucha mi adapasa ye the motion crab parliament say mumma yenye investigation no dom kese no promotion ni guye but ogba ma the motion by say ya sounds what to say motor e gold na half mumma yenhwem say one am authorization motor ni say cause ade na mo ni tokro ni be kese o mo say boguye. At the end of the year, Bank of Ghana for your account. No, na Bank of Ghana for back can say. Maybe you see this nifi at the cotton gold, no. A cotton ebe pompe dollars ni go market no so no. Toko abeda hono a $9.05 billion Ghana cedis. Bank of Ghana for ne kai.
Oh goodness. Yem say line no ye bibi kaka but come no so ede. I don't know. Pache yanko pache me.
Hello.
Pache me was so line na ha adwen but yanko.
Pache what me kan?
Pache be tun ka party ento aso.
The Bank of Ghana for
Goodness. I'm going to pon kroma na ye ne edi enkobo no efa good board ho ensensem no etina ko ma ye background na nkasa from last year ba na ka build up aba BCD course but yem say lines no hard kakra MTM fo ya complain enura chime at 3 days ago the whole day na mintimi nyeko yes the whole day me report my mama eventually na say me call omo office Asare-Bediako resolve the whole day omo to resolve na about 3 p.m. me phone
sorry the number you dialed
it no ye behwe si nya honorable bi ma ne ne atwa nkobo so gold bond nkomo ndi ye bedi ye yade asi ye boso say aha de ye mema yinsi nso ma asa ne ham ye beka ho asem enkofo bu gold bond na mu dwane no ni nima de kro e bia bright so my say money boss na wo mani nte say mo kate mo na mo hwe be for dia menti ase Peter so far na enkomo na ti say wo you better atwa enkomo no so asara gold bond ai
say and me dem mawie say my argument say
okay
ayareho such selective justice say you wo oman mu na say obi eye bone a ono de yetimi man reprieve say nya na man nko say bi ono no ne bone ne kura no eboro so na obi de oye the same or even lesser idea in fan ko 20 years time will tell.
All right, inti Peter Ankoma na Martin ka men kwa homa no se na mesenya onabo ni enko. We the fache say homa no anope wo ma minimum ko le di yo moya. Ah di paso customer public education no.
O me dey enkomo ni
yebedi yes.
Inti Bank of Ghana for account the buy no ma dia tum say o ma boka 9.05 billion Ghana cedis. Na me ka account no also the parliament up to now me no ka so mo fem mai. The account in the DAO. 9.06 billion. What do you call dollars more? At that rate, $900 million. At the started $214 million. I can't say any investigation or more blockade investigation. No. By the end of the year, the Bank of Ghana for the $900 million. Let's say Kano, a boho bayem pre 9, they 4 times. Okay. Now wait now. Fofi Antoata, IMF for or maybe or my Juman to Moko, no much or Moncratania. And no more better buying it to say. The buying catch us a canny $900 million are up what? The canny $1.7 billion. Now IMF forecast in paragraph 13 of selected issues document, $1.7 billion. Yakokaya, and this is by Muni Yakum. Almost in Nipoka, no, Okoka say a gold board car. Na gold board in Nekabia, Intimemu Bianca and this is a car. How? I did so our document more black and white say more Ghana 1.7 billion. Canada Bank of Ghana. Now about the saying that they say debate now be fixated on a cano. My book, Munawo, a gold board book, one Bank of Ghana book. So, gold board also Bank of Ghana, more Ghana $1.7 billion.
Precisely so. What am I saying? Say gold board do, say a year Bank of Ghana, say a year and Freddy say custom so, say why a Ghana.
Ghana a canon insurance one say, yeah, but check Kanoma, who Gordon Wetia, make a geometry. We tearful, you know. Second, say, say, I was born a boy, I still me no bit ya. And the media, Mentia, and say, from April 2025, I started this at the I can't confirm more. And while some deny, they be a ne can costro, and ra, a can be becount, and ne, river becount, or tina river becount, because focusing into Emma, you can be fast propaganda na yomode. Can almost do attempt photo.
But a quick one, a cana abano, a debate that a cannibal, you say, I say, intra, a business, a first, forest exchange, you know, a cow said, or more effects in the war, a Bank of Ghana, no. The global for motor higher than the Bank of Ghana for affixing. And some be a debate did in the air courses are a losses. No,
what can IMF report now on listing your mahodo? Backward say assaying, backward say off-taker fees, backward say discounts. Let's say omotono aboarding a thing, Nebuanka say was a omoto. The more he na discount, the more he na assaying, the more he na off the fees. And none was say yɛ ma yɛ ho kwan na parliament tena ase ne investigate ne ɛsese na deɛ ɛyɛ ne sɛ mpanimfoɔ wɔ kurom ha civil society foɔ mpanimfoɔ wɔ kurom ha wɔsɛ asɛm wɔ hia wɔn na wɔn ka sɛ ampa nti nka npp na bɔɔ ka 1 billion po a wofu sɛ nka civil society foɔ ne media foɔ ne adeɛ a wɔn aka wɔn ano ato ma wɔn mmɔ na sɛ sɛ wɔn yɛ PROs for Gold Board ne Bank of Ghana ne NDC aban wofu sɛ nka wɔn bɛka wɔn ano ato mu mmɔ na wɔn sɛ mo ma ehia mo sɛ okay ɛka ne deɛ it has been established 22 billion this is the single most colossal loss in any transaction that Ghana has done since independence. Ghana had a transaction but could be a mocha like this transaction since independence. I want to hear you say, I hear free discount, I hear free obstacle fees, I hear free your friend say assaying charges. Who come to a carry from 17% to 9%. Marincha were there. And now I say, so Moncasa, Omocase, Sikaya de Maum, the figure na me Bono. Sikaya de Maum, a 133 billion cedis. What if figure number bueno?
And I know some Fikan 133 billion Ghana cedis. Was it you put 133 billion Ghana cedis now the business and Kwadia Kakabeshi?
Okay. now, Pacho, Maminya analysis be ma. What's the phone with people? Unim Ghana budget for 2025. Safina Ghana Yinara, Fikyo Mampeni, Ekosi, classroom teacher, or Shebodi Sango, Ekriho baby. Contractors Yina, electricity, insure, fuel. Ghana Yinara, a money packet 3 million. Unim a budget for 2025. But oh, producer was studio.
Me back to I.
You see, say me can't confuse my producer on internet. So no Google says say what was Ghana's appropriation for 2025. Of course, say Uncle Google. What's the discuss? I'm
but so I do the answer. Say better kill this year.
The person with for ne what for. I'm think on na yedi na say. Say abai me say. Or the 133 billion and a quarter of gold. And we are boka 22 billion. Now starting you're not canning 17%. And I want to take can also do 9%. Let's say 133 billion no. Yemfa 132 20 and yemfa 1 billion per example. Let's say 1 billion biano omu year. Omu shimu 17%. We TF4 now for crack calculator we are on calculating 17% of 1 billion.
Okay, intino wa wunya panyi e wa say no Alhaji Audu Mahama managing editor of the Custodian newspaper. Wa check ya MCCA. Ghana's appropriation budget for 2025 now year 293.118 billion. Into
240 billion. Ghana money in Nipa 33 million gives you electricity and a teacher for lithium, soldier for lithium, a prayer contractor for lithium. What can you now do? 230 billion.
293, yes, 293.
293. A minus a year budget million, or share them or sign a 133 billion. The only control. What are they? 22 billion. Now, you can't say we are the CD before IDEC, IE, SEPA, ISE. Omo ni dawo hefa.
IERP before ho maka ho asem. Nti ye fa ne sa.
Omo pe na e kasa o.
Ai.
They say between omo ni CPS, metis obi aka. Omo pe na e kasa. But in the civil society for wo koma nyina nti. Insuo to e one ti a. Ade e tin ye no. Unu se former form. Central for obi to meet through book akohwe book anokura ba akokura nim say ejapade book omodi betena TV so be discussing say yes book bi aba no mo no a discussion dey intro no mo dey discussion and the Central for na defend this scandal
and so my ambassadors for gold board entido
Central for na defended this scandal enti Ubisa said danger na be controversy. A be controversy because a buy non can okre. And when you boa for a boa no ti no kure dawa e worker temu Bank of Ghana can wasem IMF can wasem no. Omu budi kom say asem bi anywhere we say discuss. A soft form penning.
Omu da so ho. Wa jo no bi ka say NDC for afedo maja tum say sa good purchase ewie no Dr. Mamuba man de buy enti say ka bia bade a e nefa ko Dr. Bawumia and bi so say na say economy say the manage na gold board and I say gold purchase say se no na ma economy na de a and yefa credit so ko Dr. Bawumia you know can say
you see the podcast asem no civil society penny but it's one of the most irresponsible statements I've heard. Obi also we a civil society penny na asem say anka wo so to bona wo se we bia domestic gold purchase program this year. Aboying, and on the net, Ghana economy no correct. Number two, acquire buy way fast so buy or see reset into what resetting or system and not that they caba. Into the papa mo a yen trust in the air baby a canifia bani who cry a fast so yasovuno. Almost the agro did yet. Unim 22 billion, a juma a bit to me. Now 1 billion crown me do a bit me.
Bebre bubuja. Na say ayi kura boy. Expressway Phantom Expressway ajom ha maso beye. Almost say 4 billion and $4 billion dollars.
Can you imagine? Asem say aba. Asem no etinyeje ni ho no. Omo nyi o mani ebu asem ni ko mu say the PNC a problem be any ho. Because the teachers kama the pre the 22 billion now or machine no or mu bebre dibi into kan no mu me o mani defend say asem no asem bi any ho ekura dollar number 10 into emo bi ankasa economics will be a friend of optimization optimization no maybe I would say o ko to car bre car ni him say me boy $30,000. We want to talk about $200,000. You can't also buy the car number. Was that at the optimal cost? $30,000. No, one part the car number, now the car number $200,000. The Bissau send a banner saying you're spending $170,000 more than what we should spend. What's it? That's a car number. What kind of analysis is this? What kind of joke is this?
And last one, Ebimusi Adenokwa no Shemua, losses near inherent in the policy formulation. Say, yes, Brad no Hono, a denya, a cano beba. Na enradie, papaying sex offending, Obekana said, no, you lecture with University of Ghana, Obekana abonting, Professor Jampo Medasi. Was say, I said, one tear here because who call school, I said, Roboco Ponko, school be back, what queen. A cost no, what church and a brew 1 billion. Now I say in Tiano, Ubetank, I say, we parents, oh, my no papa, no more, show us support to Nan until a kind of my bwana. Some of us what I say, it is that you call school, Ubetank, I say, your parents or guardians have made some losses and I said, walk.
Okay. But I'm not sure so busy because on no say no. Yamane Juma or ever a
maritime authority. Shippers authority. Shippers.
They are now who defend their place. No, better not TV so say you declare state of emergency no. For Galamsey.
One.
NDC Bab almost 2 years ni. State of emergency never ever.
Was say you don't just go ahead and then declare state of emergency, you must look at certain things. No, or the TV so yes, hey Ghana.
Many nkɔfoɔ ɛpɛ tumi a asɛm a ɔmo ka kɔm de obi no or kasa n'asɛm yɛ baako odidi wie na aduane sɛ n'anum a n'asɛm yɛ different ɛno na ɛkɔ so no because nkasɛm yɛ ɔsɛ obiara tumi ka no korɛ sɛ ampa na wonim maame nsɛm bi another dimension te sɛ mmea nkasa wonim biribi by the way maame nka nkyɛw magye NDC foɔ n'asɛm adi sɛ Ghanafoɔ wɔ awɛfire magye adi first na me feel sɛ ɛnyɛ asɛm a Ghanafoɔ koraa mpo ɛbɛgye no abɔkyi so but sɛ mmea nkasa magye adi because mente aseɛ sɛ adeɛ bi da hɔ plane ɛnyɛ plane fa NDC tumi di ho torɔ na nipa no a wɔtie no ne werɛ fi first one no Bank of Ghana bɛka kyerɛw sɛ ka ne yɛ 9 billion IMF bɛka kyerɛw sɛ ka ne yɛ 1.7 billion what's the difference wɔ
difference
the first question almost 2 times the cost the first question I was say Ghana ni baby abisa wo de fa gold board to nkyɛn fa bibia to nkyɛn the first question I was say Ghana ni baby abisa say the man say na Bank of Ghana for catching say can 9 billion now IMF for catching say can 1.7 billion enu nko akora na wo say ehwep but as obiara wura fi emfo obiara ho wo mo koka no mo du atem wo mo koka no manya no edu atem na so man no the net say ne person ye no say ebia because obi anya bibi adi nti no kora ne ye nka bio yeah eno mbekọ so abosa aka ya abo
but of fact me I would say figures be our boy no or clarification I would busa na one thing
obo say BOJ said 9 billion and IMF said 1.7 billion
dollars.
I don't know 9 billion mentioned by BOJ. Every say I know in CDs, right?
Yes.
9 billion CDs.
And IMF said 1.7 billion. With dollar terms, 22 billion.
What say you can CD terms Bank of Ghana for say 9.9 billion CDs.
Yes.
But IMF for say 22 billion.
That's what
exactly.
Exactly. When you mention 9 billion, 1.7 billion.
And Bank of Ghana for say 9 billion. Yes. IMF for say they very financial 22 billion CDs.
Correct. That's it.
Okay.
Presby moderator, Bishop's Conference, Methodist, Pentecost, before they forget the gold board, the Bank of Ghana say Boka 9 billion. Now I'm a 22 billion now. And pretty be a conscience of Kuma. No, and then I'm Sanami station Bisu Kumasi. Million this in the big studio. As Moka and as a Mokrano, Mutu Toko for National Cathedral, 50 million went to me and see. Now me say, me, to be for a better MPP say, yet to Toko for National Cathedral, and to me and see, the Pacron, many no Kuntoka, and right. And maintenance is out to fear na come, Utifie Upejuma, Utifie Ukraine, not to say, Yako to Toko for National Cathedral, and to me and see, we now be say, $50 million and $80 million. Yentumi anye na ubufua metwase. Na $80 million no the best this more 800 million cedis endru 1 billion. Inti ebufo na yenyama say 50 million say 80 million no endru 1 billion no. And now what 22 billion no. The bufo no way.
For ready, SMA BP, Emma Koda ICU.
And I know politics near time keken and amoye. 22 billion Ghana cedis in 1 year on one transaction. The single most colossal loss on a single transaction since the inception of Ghana. And so biao.
Yɛde besia wo ba studio achi na me next week the catch of one for say wo ma wo ba studio me atena ase na ye hu
o na ma me adwuma ye yo
we dey ye sɛ wo ye nyina nso ye ka ho nti wo ba ha nti Peter se me ga to so wo chia na awudu so wo chia wo te wo ka achi
me chia mu nyina me da wase ano pe
So yeah, that's the power for the education. All right, into your life about radio United Kingdom and yet and common son. My ma I would do I would do. Na bibi aboko there.
Oh boko.
Yeah, the nyamiasi.
Oh man, akwaba na me jump in na me kasa.
Send na eja. What the meeting concession.
Yeah, one of friend.
Meeting concession. Me na penny there. You deserve all the
That's the power.
Young quite, I'm coming go board as one day go.
Peter best.
Okay, Peter.
Kwame.
Yeah.
Oka assembly. Oka assembly. Now say NDC for say loss a kana abano. Yemfa nkobo a MPP for. Now I can tell you say enya NDC for keka ne kai the chief executive Sami Jemfi oka on a press conference na say.
Oh, what can say? Yes. Now what about the gains? No. Say no not about me. No. Not about me with visionary.
Okay.
You
page 8 of the press statement no. Or kasano. You see, so we are watching say unimiansa bebre na wo de when you active bebre uma aponcheachi. Page 8 or kasa or say the gold balls in statement no.
Remember. My main man is here na me Keskin India work to BCCA.
Oh, communication director. Regional
Yes. Keskin, good morning that is saying.
Good morning, Miriam. Maybe aboko there.
Nyamiadum ahode ewo enti Dr. Keskin and na menino edi enkomo one is here we newly elected communication officer for the Ashanti region. Into Dr. Keskin Ousupuku. Dr. Keskin Ousupuku, fantastic young man. We PhD holder. A proper one.
Who MPP need or use Dr. Elfik?
Dabi. Bakubi kunyabi. Na no would ekwade baha. Ekwade baha ho. No catch producer say omo fast ad ne answer. And you can say dabi. Yeah, you say enti enimu ya na daru ko to share no so masa. Who PhD no meso chechemi ye. E no jina daru ka say bacho. We die. Mani she dem. Say MPP before the yes, you can't what yes here. You can't what it was in PhD to use, but when say they use what you say. At the Keskin, congratulations to you, any baby. I will be, and I want to say, yeah, they are me.
So, Shania, senior manner communication is just about to kick off. But there's a lot of work to be done.
Now, when Saturday, me back, Masino, me Jubilee Park Holmonan. Interestingly, the Kopaki first person who know na ye Dr. Isaac Chibrubi. And I'm Busa as a doc now I didn't say and also hands down what the beko. Me room and I'm in the Gokaka. I feel my background for Nankasana Misa who also. And I'm bed down with Busa when I was saying, Gordon, I did raise me less than 80%. A best surprise, I'm going to say the delegates there. You can't always trust the election. In fact, ye wie ye no ye boba banana message na wonchen and now would dey buy na ka che what the media ma win say dey and they say ya na be ko we be win in fact ye wie sa so and ye na process ni na efa o fa ne say
mama na o samentwa esi for na hwefo na letcha ye passing paying for no Ashanti region so far we've taken off 90 national officers from or the from elections committee and a party phoning in a Senate conduct here and that would be asked. Because the elections was very peaceful. Obiako from Kokana, so nobody was attended from Beka Asema Boa party for except to say if Bakumi or Mokasa class, but Anna say a fear no. Especially when I union as a party, she came home winning 2028 election. We are talking about modern fair, Mr. Isaac Chebube, the following day. That was around 6 something early in the morning. He also proved to be a good sportsman. And my cousin now could be saying, "Never came one by my tuma." The year, the assurance say if there's any idea, or did he say, "Oh, yeah, but what?" Nice to be German or Crown on while leading that very project. you can go find resources for him. On also at the end of the day, there's a lot of space in the sky for everybody to fly. You see, the other party, communications across the all hands to be on deck. So far, I would say it's so very good. We've taken off nicely. The calls for unity, the actions, are backing those calls, and I hope that so that the whole region can stand as one firm block at the 2028 elections.
In fact, before elections, now we are very active. Na adibia man nipa bebree ye ne won kan so bebree so ehu pa ene o se mona mukoko facilities and na kufu and dot about me am ye no especially hospital facilities na mukọ e the videos no e ba bonten e run commentary e wo ho wo abasi say no we main focus pa no any say my just one pe ni say the communication structure and architecture was Ashanti region afedie e besesa.
Okay, now okay, but main correct it. Uni ma branch na neji.
Na neji. Minimum pa, menene kasa.
Good. Juma na neji mu ye mrifi anomo course so. I was the brain behind it. The year research from the NDC from 1992 to 2024. Omu year single hospital in Ghana. And my research work. And you said another we 10 hospitals. You said neji ni Jimmy normal call omu sha say videos. It was part of a bigger project. The shots here near the end of 2024. But some men, your power and you do be more power now. Over whom they can, so we are not in gratitude. But in opposition, people are easily able to see the good in the things you are doing. Now, the decline, any power as a political party in Ashanti region, the SAN said, we need to control the narrative. We are a political party, narrative, agenda setting, and you want to lead here. Especially in your strongest holder, you are setting yourself up to fail. And the idea, and this opportunity, party for the Amameno, only pushes me to do it on a bigger scale. At this time around, with my streamlining the agenda setting, I'm making sure all communicators to the same line. But first, no set the and be Indian and be Indian. And I think that is one thing I ever bought. Number example back. Now we can't say project size a core. It was because the regional minister, I'm calling any NDC for started narrative said, Yanya in Ashanti region. And that narrative this is not true. Because with the benefit of facts now, one only inflation one, the MPP has done more than the NDC has done in Ashanti region. The core around counted about 72 monumental projects. 72. Can you believe that there were media people who didn't know that you see University of Akumadan? Now, Omunim Hoshe. Omunim say, well, MVTI, building Kakaka, Afan Kran, Kraus, Kumiziao, Omunim. The number of mega assembly blocks, the assembly block complex, you see, Sabe 16 or Ashanti region, Omunim. That big irrigation project, Akumadan, Omunim. That quarters, judges quarters, courts, ACC. Even within Akumada and Holland. And Majuma Kesene said that narrative, let's say, you're making sure that you have Yakama and Kofasini. Betumene, Uko a year Sewa, and Kofokran say, your system, you STEM JHS, ECB. If you say Jabin class STEM JHS, very big one is what baby credit. And these are things that will move into an election 2028. Untimi enka say wonyama na wanye in the region no umohu deru the ye kodru ye NDC ba ma abandoned for about 20 months agena one project nkwa be 32 ba ma abandon na we need to revisit them and have a conversation no problem ka so memo madjuma na omunya mfa mo no agena 133 we need to revisit that and have a conversation automatic posting all these things. We need to have a proper intellectual conversation. And as a conversation here locally relevant. Just imagine say we do a dance. Now your issues the word dance to quite nani a dance here winner. I don't understand. How do you expect the person to vote for MPP about Bɛkyerɛ in touch in what? Oh no, only direct influence, only direct benefit here. It comes back to the agenda we are setting, and the narrative we want to control, the relationships we build with the media. And I can assure you, this is something might be, and now we all watch Shanti follow the politics, communication, for the last 19 years, working with Sam Kujo, Kwasi and Esquaqua, Poyando. And we are very, very in tune with your politics. Never they say the Bako because we are the one but in all humility, we are going to serve and make sure that the communication phase, they are turning around.
Dr. Keskin Osupuku, newly elected Asante-Bediako Communication Officer. Yadase, Yagopo Isao, and Penfo Inasi or Mochao, na Yenjman Imum, and now we share a leisure committee set up on the power Mudi. Now, baby, a very, very instructive will be what Asante-Bediako say, yes, member be a year, yes, the Asante Regional Chairman. The battle no name, the Asante Regional Chairman. This tells you, say, Asante Regional heartbeat of the party, no. Yeti committee bisa na yesi yedi reservoir ma Asante Regional Chairman. Enti bibia ni yebewini yebelusu adodo na Asante Region. Baby we asesu ko so the communication very, very critical e bibia mu. Enti no we wish you well. Ye nyina be yadwa no edi abu. Why?
Me talk to crowd. Be say employee mu tie. The question said at times and the Asante Region is the engine of the party. But we need to treat it as such. It shouldn't just be by word of mouth. Asante Region and Pija and the bed days the party in Pija. And I think and one we need to treat it as such. You make sure Asante Region Pajama party no and who they know and also in a brand.
Where aside me ma by now and I was so frame me miss will come from back no. Who's okay say obiso kuku board na or per number. So why you scam to frame me? Eventually, yeah.
Of you never back home ready. And also director, then we put our KBB, where deputy director of Cocoa Board. You see, about me, the number by Banano. When the papa can watch my chamber. That's what I wanted to clarify with you. Of friend, I can only assist I for better penny to be number, I said the number, maybe we say here. I need to clarify. Go back. Me myself, my God, in Yahweh, minimum. Mindi wunsiada. If you know Dilia, and yes, obey you me as a reference, so kept in credit. Because what can I say about metric make us a minimum shade. I mean, clarify that with God. I was very angry.
He was angry. Mate, would you better phone come later? It was of yes, me find crime myself, or quite chairman, or dinner home kwapia, and not chairman bank crime, one me. It make a minute case.
As some of them, on say, or sorry, and say, regional executive committee meeting. It has also said, Janaba, none of the ideas, it's not one of the
chairman, Unya Medi, chairman, me Bekumasia, Unya Medi, you, me Bekumasia, no, my frozen chairman, a Jamulo Kumasia Muda, me free hat in me Kabakais, my ba, or so me waha, see Bunny, share your dinkum when I was a bank. Yes, one can, yes, you will shake a cow how, eh, Sanya Yellow. One year, Babin, you are better tell you procrastinate over baby, my son.
Now, Conan, one about is a simple cry, right? All
right, it's Dr. Keskin Usupuku, Dr. Debbie, the best show because or your doctor, he has earned it. It's 1 year Asante Regional Communication Officer, and any DM Komono. Peter, Yanko and Komono straight away. Yeah, over brief one. Okay, yeah.
Ashanti Region.
Okay,
my name Peter. So I'll say Ashanti Region, Obiase is a heartbeat of MPP.
Yes.
We are can't say MPP should concentrate on Ashanti. Yes. When Ashanti region moves, the whole MPP moves.
Yes.
So right. I say Ashanti region da the whole party sleeps.
And no.
Until MPP for it. No, forget about this. Obia in every election globally, every country, Obia won a stronghold.
Yes.
If your stronghold picks up, the whole country picks up.
Yes.
In the MPP for the many okay, no. Muntie ni opinion for
a special project.
A special project. Peter, say
now we have the famous text.
Take care of your base. They take care of your base in the end. No base will not take care of.
Yee. And yes, Peter, Yanko.
Good board. If you are near about MPP in some second, a car, a buy. And then say there was a loss. A car abba. Name near or they can buy maybe a can free and a dispute now. Now, Obi has to say, next Obi say, oh, Obi have a far Nikaki. The Nippon of a far kaki, no. Yes, so in Patitia. Ye good them, why now if you say, Obi Abeka say on one.
The cousin in Patentia, I would.
Cousin in Patitia,
Maybe Tintin in Mahuna, I would. Say in Patentia, I would.
And this I am a cassette. Yakoton good. Now gold now mukoton ye no e de eka eba na eka na aba no in fact we hear the famous page 10 na omo listed near ma eka na ba
o ya so di family twa picture na me fama because na me show me phone so to anko no
I know to anko na o ma listed there de eka na ye dey aba enti there de eka na aba no say obi akoton nipa akoton gold no on na de eka na aba. O say yancho mi din A or B, and I say yancho sem Gordon, and a befa kaki ninti, and yamia. When will be him say nipa befa kaki in nipa titia. Yes, you are munano, who God now yet titia. Me you are mentiasi. Now we are now you major press conference, presidency.
Good analogy.
Now who your press conference no? Who koka or press conference no? Page 8. Said till the Gold Board's defense of its financial performance for the year 2025 should not be misconstrued as an effort to shift blame for the domestic gold purchase program losses to the Bank of Ghana. Till, as we have stated on public record, the DGPP losses over the years stemmed from the deliberate policy design by the SYNPP government. A canabano, or say a necessary or shifty blame, a canny blame now Bank of Ghana. Nemum, a MPP are buying or who yes, she say, sad a domestic gold purchase program, no, and I'm a Canada, Abba.
And he said, a MPP worker. Now, now can first one say, you moved but in my description.
Yes.
Say and what be now motivo.
Yes.
Na eyom ka se nedie ye wa akoko on.
Yes.
Sa ko won takra. E na atitide ni takra.
Yes.
Enti omo ka so mo ko atitide a. Na atitide ete a kakra no aye nwa. Esinyam bo cha de ebi kwa atitide a. No aye nwa na wodwane. Eti on ba ye nya bi ni la kokun takra bo.
Atitide ye tortoise.
Yes. Eti one day na the phone de diano almost no atitide te dwane. Eti de oye ya was akoso na me tan de be rent takraboa. Se atitide ni e be na ready. Well nyane e de be fa de ko. What you say? Enti say that wo sika no. Questions go on my be better be 3 questions.
Yes.
Need about so messenger you ma say you ready na o dia question. You better busa be 3 questions.
Yes.
Ghana mrano why na ya man mras e kwan say obetimi aye ato gold no waton
good board.
Why na kwato gold no eton ye
good board.
Why na ball ka no
e good board.
Eti ade ne ye ko hu
chese na de medwi ho a mementi ase ne say o se o so
me ready be no
oh say ne
eni pass eni and the actors but IMF report now ya can
this is the famous part.
They had na 71 Ghana for carrying was say DGPP operations have generated significant losses for the BOG. Yes. Losses in 2024 were equivalent to almost $400 million Ghana dollars. Yes. That's 0.5% of the GDP. Yeah, na neku fund about me ebreso. 1/3 of which we were how him 1/3 of the $400 million no, of which were related to gold for oil. And also in 2025, the significant scaling up significant scaling up of DGPP operations led to losses of over $1.7 billion. That is 1.5% of GDP. Yeah. Almost entirely related to gold for reserves door purchases. Yeah. This amounted to a loss of 17% of the value of door goods sold by the BOG. Yeah. Losses accrued on gold trades are a combination of service and assay fees. Yeah. But so service and assay fees, how many paid to gold board. Discounts on gold sold to off-takers. Yeah. How many discounts? No, and a gold board. Oh, wow. And most importantly, exchange rate losses from the spread between the Forex Bureau rate to purchase gold and the CD reference rate used for BOG accounting. Yeah. But it is one a year. I say how many ton? And the Forex Bureau rate, no, how many tia? And a bank of a gold board.
The last one is foreign exchange, you know, BOG. Okay.
And I was saying, most importantly, exchange rate losses from the spread between the Forex Bureau rate paid to purchase gold and the CD reference rate used for BOG accounting. Yes. It's a BOG for the setting, you know, say, but gold board for the quarter at a discount. Yeah. But the gold board, see, and no problem. There's a lie, say. Okay.
DGPP now MPP are implementing.
Yeah.
The same. And NDC.
And you're true.
Because MPP time no say agents are not to gold no. They were pegging their own, setting their own prices.
Yes. And almost also.
No more also. Who buy? What's it on na? Who price na? Who now setting more no matter.
Yes.
Who now the price more mu? Into no. If I saw Binyana was some commission, one also here. Ewa. But every time, no, that's our commission. Every pin to our commission in my because they were independent. Oma, except price, Oma, Okotono Aboka, fine, Unavaswai or no. But who buy what is centralized, you know? And I want more price or Mukotono Munton. Agents know. It's some corner say Omunia commissioner or say Tiamon because Omu Mama gold ball. Commission say Tiamon, one also Tia. Who got on also Tiamon? The Sakana Abahono. That is different from what was pertaining to the MPP's way of DGPP arrangement.
But another question is say, MPP said this had an apple that about me buy.
Yes.
Your book saying
400
million.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the number. Obi also me say policy implementation there. A bar. Ubenya saa ne manamre hitches mbeba ubetabo kabi but e ko na nimu no na wutintim ade ne man na ye tight said that be ya wo cost and our losses no year first Peter ever form.
Yes.
But when the 400 million who buy just 1 year you set up gold board somewhere April 2025.
Yes.
Who buy within 1 year $1.7 billion and must be must say inherent in the policy formulation.
How? Policy formulation through the introduction of gold bond. What is the policy formulation? Say no. There's a third party no commission no BBR. Who are the more? Do we have a press conference in page 3? Say IMF stated the IMF stated that the reported losses stem from the sale of gold by Bank of Ghana and not no matter PMMC so gold board. Yes, I'm just say the same.
Okay, we be say Adamus kwasi kan so nya no kre. Adamus ade ne kan. We say obopoa. Sa 305 no. We so figures we bad obopoa.
Wow, NDC. Mewa, e ka abaya ye kan wan asem ya mubu afu yi. Enfa so ba ye no. Gold board mo GB mam ho. In fact, President Mahama Krade all launch gold board or task force. Say Mahama credit CD strength to gold board.
Yes, to gold board.
Yes.
Or my other one can say to Bank of Ghana.
And one can say to Bank of Ghana. This is President Mahama.
And other one can say to Dr. Bawumia.
Ebiu. Because who say of Dr. Bawumia na ma e Canada.
Because Dr. Bawumia dey a dream, yes.
So this have policy formulation.
Interestingly, Mr. Mwade yes will be in Canada. John Mahama was vice president for 4 years.
Yes.
Was president for 4 years.
Yes.
Oba Ghana no enye new gold enye new creation. President Mahama was na gold ho.
Yes.
When timi ana anwele sa di we da. as vice president wa na anwi as president wa na anwi Dr. Baumia it had to take a gem like Dr. Baumia as vice president and what the buyer and then Kufuor as president say e ma approve say yeah implement I feel buyer was so credit this had Dr. Baumia the buyer it's a credit and loss credit in the mbeji loss of Dr. Baumia tifie the yefa gogo na bobo ano
mi go consume mi di na haban
every the magina
tio wo president mama bo Sami Jemfi ni gold board abaso
sir
so in fact what kind of story now obi up on go Mahama credit city strength to gold board or say gold board na ma city na ye abrante he use the word abrante what kind of story now
sir
yes president Mahama quote or say the gold board ama gold board ama or say it made the city abrante now
ye de yamiase
unquote
see the abrante
city na abrante so and who the credit for having done BB. A cabaret also ni mu hwe. The Fanko Bank of Ghana enko. Now we are no was a press conference say about at the media ni there. Me pese me ko kra. Owie no sa be twa antro in page 5. Ewo ne statement ni say ono ene ne gold board for no. Omo aye omadwen say Oman Kese, page 5, paragraph say, effective August 2026, the gold board indicated to the Bank of Ghana that it will want to raise Mikotuno, it will want to raise funds for it assaying on its own without the BOG serving as an intermediary. Tio, or say, on it, no meka ni patenti asem na obi ne meku na ono anga zo akoto ade bia e wa che ono anga meka sana meniko bo mi we na say here ade
metie
o say asem serious asem na ye kanu aya menyin kwada asem
we have an interesting brother.
I tell you how do me say oh god nyame wo o twantro say ono BOG for gold board for na decided say effective August this year o ma ba kwa ko musika nom de akoye buying and selling of gold no na o mayi BOG Bank of Ghana afrim
adinza
ayantro hwe Bank of Ghana tama e kan buy no
so musa fere mo jai
o mo na be gas o mo jai as a way out no
reach mama hwe
omo a way out no see
Bank of Ghana
a way out say be almost an emoka bi o the structural change anya say o man sa gold for reserve program no omo say friend no Ghana accelerated natural reserve accumulation
ege gold ni sika ya
Ghana framework till I'm quoting BOG or say the cost structure that flowed through the bank's account under the domestic gold purchase program has been placed under a different institutional arrangement. As reserve manager, the bank's exposure to the cost categories that arose under the prior arrangement is expected to change over future reporting periods, with operational role of acquisition residing with Gold Board now.
Okay.
Omo issue statement to May 1st, 2026, when Omo audited accounts report in the buy
$200 million.
Nah, no, Omo cheche mu say. It's Oma doing say. Enya dia, sir, the cost of buying ni sell ni commiss bibia no. Omo be ka omo books mu bi o. Omo dia kwakwa Sami Jemfi ni Gold Board. And so ne, Sami Jemfi say omo an decide say omo be you Gold Board the free.
Bank of Ghana for say omo jai. Say Bank of Ghana for is carded omo de buy.
Yes. Na so omo so omo jai. And so now who try to say oh now we decided say from effective then. Wow now obekwa ko do.
Last question na na I would do no. Hu hia.
Yeah.
Say be hu sis card no e card no. E wo be nkum kwa books mu enewo. Ghana for books the books ni ye dey.
Daddy, ya boka. Hwe na onim kwame. Me nam ne kodo pon kuma yang Ghana ye wo a refree ampa. Wo kai BOG boka. Anenu e car
Oh, me was that video no.
And it's for your press conference.
I ekasai.
Including Sami Jenfina.
Sami Jenfina nkasa. Mary should be the man.
Kwame Kotuno. Obra mo demonstrate Sami Jenfi. Oni onua TV ye interview tie. O say Ernest Addison is a jail bound. He is destined for jail because I can tell you nothing can save him. From what he has done there is no way Addison will not be prosecuted. No way. It is impossible. Even if he goes to Kuwait, we, the NDC, will make sure he faces prosecution, including his governors and the board. Is he above the law? No. Nobody is above the law. We will prosecute him.
Sami Jenfi.
Say,
we will prosecute him.
Mama Addison. Abba, BOG, NT. And you know, ato forcing ene esedun ketia a park a branding ti omo nyina in fact esedun ketia crowd there if you allow a security zone to become a haven for criminals, we have a right to declare that security zone a crime scene, and we have every right to chase those criminals away. Ato forcing say ombe demonstrate ya kopim say Addison then the governors be resigning because all my Bank of Ghana had a boka. And then, Biochi a boka a BC da in history. And then, say, Governor Notiho, and why is Sami Jenfi not calling them or going after them, prosecuting them? Why is a Sedin Kete and Co not calling them criminals because all my eka Abba? Now, Ghana for a referral. Before I was saying, "Can you call me so no?" And you knew, that's it.
All right, it's Peter Ankuma, deputy editor, the Dispatch newspaper, and Martin Inca, only say class prefect. I was in, but I'll make what chief financier Honomo. I'll do my. Now the thing you. The Bible boom. I'll do. Yanko, but Yanko. So, Becca good word, no, and
oh, of course.
So, I want to be so what's young.
Mechiano pa.
Yamba next week, see a moko. And I you could do several.
Yanko. And I have a
I'll say a big team, let's see. Yes, and when I can go in Yanko Beco and Freddy Mark. Oh, but time,
okay.
Yanko.
Gold board. Set make on 2 places said. Say gold board about the godfather of Abanwe, any protector of Abanwe, any Ghana for Bebre, including Asofo, so-called men of God, civil society groups, journalists, NDC food soldiers. Nipa Bebre, say it appears to me say Omunyana are being controlled or supervised by Gold Board because say Ohona Sikanowo. Nto Omoye bibi na se okoka na se iya na so mo feel say waka ka assembly atia Gold Board na o ma descend on you. Many are paying madam for pa hu ni de na say ya.
Kwanya
Neil and Vanderpool.
Oh, yawo.
In fact, as I sit today, I'm sorry for him.
And he said the national chairman said,
it's illegal. What was his crime? Minority press conference on Gold Board. Any homo operations, not personal. Say Moa Boka Amagana. Obe press conference in response to now. CEO of Gold Board, Sami Jenfi. Instead of looking at the issues, minority here, you took it personal and went attacking the leader of the group now, minority leader Osahini Alexander Kwame Nafenyo Maki never did anything personal. It was the institution of Gold Board Juma Omoyeye and because on a leading minority and a minority called a press conference and he led the minority to do that press conference. No offense now, no, so be appointed or be pointed out Niema Goldfields, yeah, a ball Ghana.
Gold board.
Yeah, gold board, sorry. Gold board.
Yes, we almost a canoe or board, or car say Kawi, no, said that you human idea, your money bill, a beco, in the bail condition, because so.
Maybe,
but who you were called Addison, so
you see. It is a subject matter, a beca once and one that crow. One kind, Nema Okafa, MP for including Vice President Baumia. Nemo Kayano, he has not received even 10% of what he did to people. And you look at his conduct. Or ye minority leader, or calling names basa. And on in your opinion, can say, or ye onwanka, I think he went overboard. Neil Antevano boy say, he should have said it in a different manner without attacking me. And I don't know. Watachi, the Godfather. Watachi, the Godfather. I'm sad because me who know many no house on account. So a boy or a nipa Mr. Boy or a fan air cowley baby away one no do or zongo or two baku or to do. Okay, to do the no air confusing me baku a cowley and bahu zongole. Okay, I Tiono Carlin the one of more TV correct. Because that's the area I didn't buy yes, I didn't buy an because this is also very everybody presumed to be a principal person in terms of ne kasa ne bibia but say the ACA wakwa kotachi the untouchable. Our kubungo to jako pacho. That be AI. But what patcho? But I apologize publicly, me no. And I made that one, and I mean who said Charlie. We are so home. We are sorry, money swine. So money swine. Sika. Lajan. Yo. Nti no because of wakwa touchy untouchable no. I am afraid to say one share the chairmanship, national chairmanship ambition no. But yes. Having said this, say untouchable, they will descend on you. No, say powerful men of God in our bonfire, man, go board. Say good board. And civil society groups. Ubo obedience say name. Only say what chair me idea. Mass communication. Hey, we say my course with my former lecturer. Former lecturer Professor Jampo. That may be a channel. Sex offense it's a grievous crime. Maybe a channel. Yes, I do know. The rest of Ghana forecast some war. Sex. Yes, and it was suspended for some 6 months. Yeah, university now. Yeah, proud of it. I think they did not do well in that matter. In any serious university, yes. Because next to extend that you say you even let him go through sex, it means that now allegation or Bobby Wong. Oh, let's say your campus and the attention. By the way, okay, back to Gold Board. Matia. Now Gold Board as somewhere the question is no longer whether Yaboka 22 billion. That's now it's settled. Say Yaboka 22 billion. There's no question. So beyond dispute. Correct. The question now is, can I a boy, why a boy cano? My boss, I cano. But since you choose in Bena, but that's where I'm going. A bigger scandal ever. What kind your friend is saying? IMF report. You see, since 2025 April, I passed a Gold Board Act, Act 1140. Gold Board became the sole buyer, the seller of small-scale mining gold. Ghana. Because when you say large-scale miner, I buy no mine and 20% under MPP. Say, Martin's almost they are called 30%. When they produce, they are going to 30% at the amount. At the amount are buying. And no, they are strictly for gold reserves. Or more, you know. A small scale mining, they are no now. Ya monopolize the gold board. They say, Omonkwa and a better gold, atom gold. Ewa Ghana. Now, more by more board, number 4.
Yes.
Near my ma, Osha I am reporter, near my ma, a can buy. Number 4. 1. Service paid to gold board. Service work our moye no gold board. Service or moye no sky etuama gold board. That's number 1. Number 2. Asset fees negotiated and paid by gold board.
Now what I say you know money.
That's say no so you gold now I can share the quality the weight in and one no.
How pure
it is gold board and negotiated fee no and they pay themselves.
It's in your Bank of Ghana.
In your Bank of Ghana. Near my mouth cannot buy no na melisi no. Off-taker fees paid to exporters negotiated and paid by gold board.
And about the music Jania or more
These 3 things and the last one your forest auction below and a BOG. Number 4 and I will be a gold board and accounting for 3. Wow, mama and a branch and and no the branch and the amount of my gold board a BOG. A branch and the Yedema gold board. The question now is not as to where may say it's not where the money is placed. I say gold board so much audited account and no more ye can books. Yes, and I just share BOG books. That is it. Me, I'm not interested in where they be or be a press conference now. I can say, Yan chair baby, a Peter watch him, Yan play baby, I can't say gold ban my boca. Now, who read the own say? And never for the boca will contribute to it. Must it be written black and white? I won't cause it debt no. Now, when you say, a woman, one is a t-shirt. Now, me one said this. Now, me, you have a question where were you? Now, me, I would do not miss a jeans. Oh, Yambo me this and Yami. Yes, I'm very way logic man. Logic man. Oh, yes, I'm not to say it is not move significantly to the laws. A gold board, of course. As to whether you put it in your books, say why a surplus so. Whether you put in a BOG book, say, Wabokao, Ekayaka, and also now. That is all. Yeah. A loss to the state. A loss to the state. And now significantly, we now created that loss. No? That is settled. And so, Obi, also a loss. Obi, a Kabama, or a criminal, or a jail bounder. Into more of Mama, a Kayaba. You see? And that's where Wunkwa, now, indefatigable, me papa, Kojo Ponkruma. The chairman of MPP Policy Committee. Fantastic. Okay. Say, go board and it is stated in their statement. So, Omonkwa Sky Bow Munseme 133 billion cedis. And no more operations. Yes, 2025. Do you know 2025, as we stated, budget for the whole country every 30 million. Your budget on the better salaries, on the construction, on the brick pushing in na 293 billion. Ononkwa receiving 45% of that amount. And all the operations. And then Scano Emba Hua or Biabe worship of what they want cross. Let's come to PMMC, Bukana Moboye 2024. And the car, they say there's so many Naka say PMMC in a Bokano. You see them stating it. PMC say I talk gold on behalf of the BOG and Omar Boka. What's it PMC in a Bokano? Oh, the old Koya, oh, dear, every year now, boy. What kind of logic is there? About people, I don't know Ghana for you to me, almost carry gold by the man on PMMC. No,
I don't know, and then Kabana will press conference there. Ubobo gold
because PMMC, you know, and there's another thing. Let me clear this, guys. There's another thing. I almost said we should look at the benefits and forget about the canal. Me TV for intellectuals. So call it no mukasa anunya. NPP for the no under PMMC for your book $400 million. No benefits in the whole.
There was no benefit.
I can't a boy, you know, inflation. Some gold purchase program by inflation moved from 54% to 23%. Any benefit? Fuel price now with diesel and numbers at 23 to 24 cedis per liter. It came down before MPP back on there 14.8. Nanya benefit.
Yeah.
Your friend is a CD exchange rate. Nan saying 17 cities
and about 14.
And yeah, benefit to the country with all the losses 100 million. Inflation. 50 and American effect 54% to 23%. And yeah, benefit.
Benefit.
Now then, so now who demonstration say will be jail bound.
Yes.
Now who there within 1 year, one boy a cat 22 billion now. Or say. And no dear, and yet we should look at the benefits and not the Ghana for nothing. And at that time, the benefits in the hall. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this to ourselves?
They now work as and decided to be good deal. Now, Makotuni. And by me, I was say a cow mabo, you can come with a man.
It's not the same time Moka said, Omoto Yomne said, I read my
demonstration with the press conference.
But they said so all these things culminated into Kumnanado and my or sale mine. Okay. Now let's look at losses in Ankasano. Even the comparison to losses na the regime of PMMC, and that time I was under gold board. We were two different areas. Where did say Peter? Under PMMC era, now PMC was not the sole buyer and seller of gold.
Yes,
in the system.
Yes.
So there was strict competition because your prices that you demand and supply. Prices now obey mano and never mind or be better on gold amount.
Yes.
So obviously, who say only was in a competitive market. So be charging more. As also increasing the charges. And yes, so be reduce your discounter. As also reducing your discount.
Of course.
Because of the competition, obviously, who say because this is a state institution that was competing with private sector. Individuals and companies will compete. So because of that, no prices no be.
But what the
autonomy. One now determine price. One now would so you now a regulator. So yours should be lower because you dictate everything. You are not in any competitive world. So even that no comparison we are not even fair to PMMC under the previous administration.
They were in competition.
They were in competition. And they were competing with other buyers who would have been given different discounts. Also, you have to give discount to be able to cope, to be in business. How do you compare that one to even now, or be or no one monopoly, the amount? Or Boka Musamayanka? Look, at the way you can engage in sophistry, you can do anything. Sophistry requires you then.
Okay, can someone incident meaning in us?
Now, would in Nam Massa. As I may say, it's now settled. Peter now uses her table. It's settled.
It's settled.
It's settled. Game over. It's settled. Say, Yaboka. Abang and this Abang. O Mama Yaboka through gold trading 2025 alone 22 billion cities.
22 billion Ghana
cities.
It been
that. Ever any transaction.
Yes.
Apart from that, no nipa no institution yenye nipa. Sorry, institution no ema e board kasa kane kese kura e gold board. It is also settled. Opa obetima ye any defense. Obetima aka brofo o nim owiase nyina. This is settled. Edidia you can insult Awudu. You can insult Peter. You can insult Eminia God Asare-Bediako. Godon. Godon no kwa also interview. Oh, me gasa me fani sa. You can insult everybody. Why insult Honorable Kojo upon Kuruma? Why insult minority leader? Osahini Afenyo Marking. Why insult Abina also Asare? Why insult Bia in NPP? Or my insult be sometimes so personal. The facts are settled. Say your boka 22 billion cedis. Ghana for more boyaka 22 billion cedis through gold trading. And also institution I say again. My boss can pa a gold board. Yes, my can buy yen. Yes. Now determine price in it be I say is when I say baby. Anyway, yes.
No, you see, before I be a good bonus, I buy name. Some no kafa or sign a phenomenon. Yes. In any serious nation, or send our no yakin.
They are same man. They are same man.
And yes, be a or Cassan a Bermukeko.
I want a statement.
Part of the statement.
And Mekase, Assembia, Adidia Tembiana, who did the honorable of Afro-Mike Tembiano, a sanctioned by President Mahama. Now you are confirming it for me. Yes. Minimum say, okay. I have fine.
Maybe I'll mark here. But I'm marking. Afro-Marking's continuous antics.
Can I say?
Okay, I'll say Afro-Marking's continuing antics must therefore be seen for what they are. A desperate smear campaign by persons who have specialized in sophistry, and political blackmail in pursuit of selfish ends. These are devious extortionists and political mercenaries who will come at you with lies to tarnish your reputation in the hope that you fold and settle for what they call compulsory arbitration, in quote, and through that oil their pumps. Well, this time around, they found the wrong target. In fact, there is a typo. It should have been they found the wrong target.
Yes, but you see, the fact that or their action statement, or the kind, international,
deliberate said, what said
I did be a fellow accountability series, government accountability series.
Yes,
it is what
before the ban or statement,
no, how to be vetted.
I thought they call at least a week. Now I have vetted very fair BBR.
So the government,
I thought they come a Jubilee House. No more say media intimate quabonting. Yes, it is that statement. President Hammer and who's that statement. Rather, this statement, which I said, rather is engaging in sophistry.
Let me ask a simple question.
Yes, because one person will make a sophistry is a who use so clever means to be. Nowadays, a charge. It's where a clever means will try the idea to what they and throw will try and throw their toe or something so. I could focus on that. It's all focusing on the
Métier Osaheni ewo good evening in Ghana or say he will not take him to court, but events will unfold and every Ghanaians will see what is happening.
They said there will be ending.
Look, my maybe a question. Time I come the who we are seeing now say have tell Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia there. Now was he engaged in blackmail?
Ebia.
He wanted Dr. Bawumia to call him to oil his palms. Is that what he's telling Ghanaians? They say when he was putting that, even lie. Well, he told a complete lie, a nauseating lie, a stupid lie. Said Dr. Bawumia. That's how we did. Peter only said, "Bibi Amekobia, make her have tell us." Make us have because that time only the Omuka. Sana mo Bawumia koye wagadri bi ye electricity now afaska ni bi one ne yere
was say e ba enu nti ono sami jemfi no I serve in the fair say meter no won yusu bi
Now you see there, meter.
Oh, it just said, no, creative fear and panic. To prevent
even people from even using.
And it can lead to connection, illegal connection. Because all you do.
So was he doing this? Was he this in the blatant life? Or that Dr. Baumia will call him to oil his palms? Was it a blackmail? Was he an extortionist? Even that one can a lie. Mr. Minority leader, your kind and your lie. What does minority leader say to say? A statement, a minority statement, a lie. How can that turn into extortion? What can I say my lie? A minority statement no more. What was not true?
Now, I like it to go. When you say, Sadi will see we at the chair, and ne Nadamfo, Erica J. Echo Peace FM, Theodore Kind. Or say, Afeno Markin has assembled a team to file RTI requests for information from state institutions and ministries, then uses the information obtained as bait to negotiate with and extort money from government appointees. Hey, unquote.
As well, although Erica J. no trouble,
kind of piece of
so me say I would do Mahama or two way as some con one nom a beer wine. Mr. I would do on nom wine.
Or the first time we read the one you will
say everybody knows I don't drink wine. Peter was attempting this our failing. Attempting or say wine or say red wine there is good for the heart.
But it is a truism.
Peter so maintain cigar and
I'm say US
okay, and in fact, when we come to they are suit school of thought in this matter, but I won't go into it because we are religious matter
and personal decision.
Because the Quran says you should not go near intoxicants. Now you intoxicant near my yes.
Yo, quality yo. Or say a federal market as a team and or finally RTI quality information from
Mongo.
No, we are issue as a bait up for this guy. Now who says institution?
That big giant. They are rather engaging in sophistry. They only in a sophistry.
How much is that? It's the bait.
But in that case, state institution corner on this kind of command. It means that they are for
so
what's it?
Bam.
So why
would you say who are you see no wine now? Why should
you give me money?
Because me no wine. What I know why file ITI. Now my baba don't disclose it to say me no wine.
So they when you know that okay, it means that you my money cost.
This is even dangerous to them. Because it means it means that who you born bina say yetina
the giver and the taker.
But what Nina say, RTI right to information.
Yes.
Now right to information, nipa bi questions e busa no watcho e de aba.
Yes.
Say mo mame information we e contract na mo de ma se mo koto computer we say mbra
na
entino wo de mo famra
24-hour economy market
na ha
etibeka ho asem
entino ba kwaro de letter ne ba na ma ye yi mo so mo de response aba ya e verifiable.
Yes.
Entino response ne ba na hu se mo kana bo de se computer mo to 4,000 but mo ya mo de buy no se mo to 11,000 na mo ye say and I say na enye so sin wo de ma awudu e wakonta enta wo de ma no koto bae ni nyina aba na omo de akoma orabo afero market na afero market hu se ankofu ya ye bone na orabo afero market afre na obagiska na mo so ena mo so bunu so ma bone no na mo chiska de ama no na afero market it makes sense how it makes sense.
What you say is that what you bone
what you himself what you supposed to is omo ye bone and na orabo afero market achi wo mo and on Buffalo Market, I see one.
You boldly said this.
One.
And the mood chase come on Buffalo Market.
That is why. That is why. I think sign us up my market say, or we will not sue them because events will show. they are more exposed. One say, yeah, who exposure no clean.
That yanko sa leader ne. But we be a win back yanko sa no. It is Sikaba. Watch your conform. Watch your conform.
On my leg. On my we are on this kind of buy. You see, said mo we no what say, oh, because in the wood befu.
Said
what that for OSP. Obi koye an election wo nima. Makosi obi
Kosani Mako
Mokonti. Who issue statement say why you inviting no? Or you might not invite no. Who you hwemu. Obiti lawyer
and now the policy bay jabbing
the okoche and the
Chairman Aluta. Yes. We and one Chairman Aluta Lucian one in Bakwa Kun Wakasa wo. Mama Sefa Koto Abamami. OSP was why Monkwache no. Who say no court no. OSP Lucian.
Yeah, yes.
OSP Lucian or what appeal. Wow. I am telling you.
Say there.
Now a lawyer and a CEO. On mine, say on mine seeker, on my japa, on my almost almost bright.
I'm on about a fellow market.
What's your
I saw a friend.
Oh, already now.
Young people in Terra Matters, election year to then I will train you to a ban.
And person make out 24 hours.
Any young man call home. But that be my man called 24 hours. And Yanko.
24-hour markets, no. What is the rationale, objective of that?
Many say, Uraguzitano. One was that was a special advisor to the president on 24-hour economy. Was the market when you motion?
A month for that, a month for us started on Moko.
I said, 5. I was with the motion. It is a young way.
What is the objective of it?
Yes, Eddie Atomaku, Jende, Nkrumah.
The policy and this deba me can be said 24-hour economy promise no me na yes come more jendi obipa bebre jendi me say yes come and I will tell anybody in the face of any say na yes come. What was the objective? And you mean opinion on the clock the last rally on the clock beto ho say o baako juma baako nipa miensa 3 shifts. And yes, I'm 133.
In fact, girl now Kasai before when you penny at this o'clock. There was a lady. Yes. And what I say, Saga was more can the academics not him. Was say Professor Doctor follow someone Tiasiano.
And this is how the explanation.
Yes, Yandy Tiasie. When we begin the address, where you Jubilee House or call Juma 8, no upon 5. On the crown yet. Promoter of 24-hour economy.
Now, Ben, and then 24-hour secretary crown yet 24 hours.
And we are not a diplomatic mission.
So, they say, Juma now also be provided 133. No, what feeling tea? Also, we have market. So that now the 24-hour market, 24-hour economy market. So that we do the Ghanaians Bedouin say, you are implementing your 24-hour economy policy. And yet deception. Because the key issue about 24-hour economy is 133. One job, 3 shifts, 3 people. And
Yati
Tibeko. And now 8 hours, now Captain Smart. Now
some finalizing.
And on one team yet, and you feel be move voting based on this. Man pet Sajuma 123 mom. Markets no musi or youth na kwa ejuma. And to think is say a 24-hour in a district like my district Lambusi, it will serve 133 than agenda 11 that me mentias miti boom.
And a probably said about Omukro Mudi and Igano, Omuya Thursdays.
Mode me baho, me am crow. I mean, Tiasia, we see agenda 11 at least until I say obey automatic posting of seasonal, or the back home. Obey Juma 24 hours, nursing. And yes, sir, yes. We see agenda 11. What the doctors back home? Obey 24 hours for home. A bit satisfied with 3 shifts. What the you call her? What they near lab technicians? Ebema 133. What they call her? Ubenya cleaners? Ebema 133. What they call her? Ubenya your friend is saying pharmacists. Ebema 133.
Obviously, the objective of the 24-hour economy is the 20% kickbacks. Everyone, was that the objective, and it has been achieved. I said, what's the family trust in market is almost in
only we say, Asa Ebuboba. Who figures be so far? We have to verify. Me verify we are, Mr. Monday. I say, Messi. Look, so if you think it's a 24-hour economy and then may a year, 133 year, and the why drink a from than agenda 111, my list, Nepal or Becky, my employment. That would have helped me. This automatic posting of nurses or or campaign platform. It would have helped him after 100 and how many hospitals? 111 hospitals. Yes. Do you know the number of people you have employed? Health sector workers you have brought, and that will satisfy your 133. So to think say who could see me. And yet, men can't say more see market too. Ma obi anga say because market obi because kwakodia obi anu ho de obi anko ho de who we see a time.
Na kaswa he ye.
Men ko kaswa me se ko malata.
Okay.
And also ko kaswa.
Se ka make am
kaswa say wa.
Da bi me say
24 hours na make am.
Da me say say kaswa. You go see market person go for time, go see market on chair when we see. O man use.
Wow.
O man use.
Okola Muse district, ye were communities. Every day be a market day for one community. Obia beko ho. Your community say Samoa. There was Samoa market. There was Suke market. There was Fielomo market. There was Hamley and all that. So every day be and I'll call me Mami Krum Zingi. And we are Sisala West. Every day be a one market too. For the whole district, not when you now die alcohol, alcohol, man, the following day, I know when you now another community for to sell their goods. Now, they say also could see market at one place, so that every day be a better track yaba, abeye eyo
any juma. In fact, Dr. Sami Ayi, so you do Jubilee House.
Yes.
Wabe kana bontin say, it didn't that's okay. Yes.
Oh, apparently, if the minister in charge of government communications said the 24-hour, only GH1 interview, he said the 24-hour economy market has nothing to do with 24-hour economy.
Meanwhile, President Manuel Musu Ekasa was say 24 hours.
Mina mekachiro confusion aye basao.
Samia you see a deal that's okay.
And now we your friend is saying and the presidential advisor on the 24-hour economy Uzitando. Also, money only you know why Peter you rightly said it. In that story, no, apparently, Omar Bubu amount for dining Omo properties, 24 hours, and the people are suing his secretariat.
It's about 5 suits.
And I'll say, hey, maybe no more baby, 5
minutes. Time now.
Okay, and I'm 24 hours.
Fatu. Nami adma next week. There be nyamba next week. Best die.
Some of kind. Okay.
5 minutes pay.
Oh, maybe. Kunim. About one day, so far reorganization, in fact, Bismarck I said, we one of the few reorganizations that are so far, recorded one incident of the irregularity and now sent to panic.
That the BBC baby,
the 2 years are Obibia, Obelusuno, or Titum. Mahum said, as fine, this is say, Oma, winning this time, Obia, they are
rated out.
Which is good.
Peter, before many are paying or tier or share from Qatar.
Okay.
Or feminine Yanan Efikrum.
Qatar.
Also, they are building a 24-hour market at Hamley. Hamley is part of a Lambusi constituency.
Okay.
That's in a district when the existing market is just a weekly market. Weekly market too.
It's on the weekly market no more by force. By force, the soldier for Beko.
The funny part of it is that Peter, the OKBB said, the funny part of a mini Penikaya, Dano, not me know that year. Or see a basic warehouse, market.
Yes,
your basic baby, so the old Jari, own far, own Mombo, coffee, own bomb. And a warehouse, no point, now the new goose are 24 hours. 24 hours, what were your house?
That I cut 3 minutes. Manenka. Peter Kram.
Abaso. You will move or win you more Lucina, bomb Abbas. Funny. with all seriousness, there are some few issues there. I'll say I can't answer.
Okay.
And for me,
sometimes sometimes
Mahmoud Baumia.
My phone
When you say, Omo the office, for me, Omo Baumia anymore.
Ebi kase ebi
and don't wanna almost say anything so. And I'm sure Dr. Naunim.
Say,
near Asia Chemuno, a Mimia Testing, I'll say a Fiachi in Nina Buffalo. A term. Then I'm going into the national election.
This is only interpretation. If you actually have no more interpretation.
We don't want to ask you.
Sometimes it's been better than
you, Mate.
And I want to ask you, would they better once I take to him? And even waffy. Put a uncle.
Me say, near see a term. But going forward, no. Because be or Dr. Baumia, or move good doctor, any massive. I don't say anything.
I didn't say.
First, almost in the day in themselves or support to A or B.
Now, is that the first time?
It's not the first time.
I go for near B, and I go for near B, and I'm a boy.
No, but there's a difference.
Yakotamale, Yakotamale, you are full code of example. Yet, but I don't know. President Kufuado, on the day, a day before election, issue official statements. Okay.
No statement need be war. Me share them there. Messenger.
Okay.
Of issue official statement. Say, on show be well. So be able can be said on the day near there ya. And you know correct.
Now no what say but be 2-3 weeks earlier no.
No, they can't Canada. So the doctor we can't Canada. We have the doctor Canada. Yes. Yeah. I can before.
They said doctors work.
And the day no. But this time, those who were the architects, no. They are only in Toto Muto. Can you imagine the chief?
Let's say I'm not for the side. No,
that's not no chief of staff.
A chief of staff there.
Oh, you see, Gordon. Yeah, it's very important. Omako yebi wahafo. Omako Okoboy Greater Accra. Those who called, who asked, who were campaigning against him, very close to the man.
And say a choice.
Choice. Depends on how you go back.
Choice. Who friend cannot say.
Who microphone? Peter, repeat after me. Caliphate. Maybe I'm caliphate. 10 seconds.
Oko ni pano. Now I is ni pano say. Charlie DMBC was support to step it down my way.
And we used to need Dean.
And now Peter can you who him say, and now what can you say? Say, step it down. Now DMB so support two way. Want to mean support.
No, when no between
now bet my
and some of the things and your secret. Maminka Asante written for example. 10 men are bones on record.
The venerable 10 men are.
Yes. In fact,
wa wuni papa.
Mesi bisa audu.
Send me the meaning.
Me packet.
Na wuti. Open na pen.
Yes.
But wait there.
When chief of staff Dr. Baumia. Say Dr. Let there be a free office or ban. Ono na ne nsa shasi. Nti obetna radio so. Na o say tio. Ama chairman ne MP so mo ye Dr. Baumia adwuma wa Ashanti region. Ebe hu no wo office. And omo buy and omo beka kire omo say omo ye poll bi na we na lead we na eko obi a on the list and no buy say obe synchronize list no. What does it mean?
Obeye ni yama omo.
What does it mean?
Because for so catch so mo ko synchronize.
That is also buy
now the about to the say listening to aban.
Ask yourself.
So why the need for synchronization?
Bibi okanya me traffic.
You poma pong
election here view.
Ma pong.
No, it's important. Me better election.
Me use Dr. D.
No,
Dr. No waiting yet.
No, how to wait. You better national election. On better you bill.